it's scary, but you don't have to worry. I'll be with you by your side. When you face your demons, it is just a season. You'll be free from all the lies. 'Cause there's sunshine behind the dark clouds. Things will turn round, there's no doubt. Hold out a little longer, you will get stronger. I just want you to know. Oh, you can take my hand, I'm here for you. Don't look at the past that's trying to stop you. Just take one step at a time. Yeah, together we can climb any mountain in your way. Yeah, there's no place to hide, just deep that we can face. And if you fall, I'll help you up. Make sure to keep you safe. I'll be right there if you need help to climb the mountains in your way. I'll help you climb, climb, climb. I'll help you climb any mountain.
Are we wasting all our younger years, living up to the rules? Lately I've been thinking different, dear. Then you say, what's the use? Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world? And I know we'll never fix it with empty words. Dystopia, you got my heart running with the times we're living in. Dystopia, my blood keeps rushing with the fire blazing in. Oh, the people wearing their disguise, they hide behind the doors. Oh, they beg, they borrow, they steal. Whoa, we'll cover more than just solid ground. And now we'll reach the surface before we drown.
2022 GSL Season 2.
결승에서 만날 거라는데 사람들이.
성재 좋게 좋게 가자. 한번 마셔보실래? 이것도 마셔볼래? 진짜? 나 마시는데 너무? 갈바하던데. 어? 한 박스 보내주기로. 아, 콜이긴 해. 미리 보는 개수면 가위바위보 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 나이스 가위바위보 가위바위보 너무 팽팽하네. 우린 한번 칠게. 가위바위보 가위보 가위바위보 바로 그냥 승부하네. 가위바위보 가위바위보 남자는 주먹이다. 가위바위보 원래 게임은 얌비하게 해야 됩니다.
얍삽이라서 결승 때 이제 벌 받을 때
우승했습니다.
축하드립니다. 세레머니 원샷.
어? 세리머니 원샷? 진짜 하면 한다. 같이 그거 어때?
우승하면
우승한 사람이 원샷 때리기.
우승하면 원샷?
콜? 연습 없이. 콜? 오케이 콜. 콜. 공약했습니다.
Okay, now, from the beginning.
(2022) GSL Season 2.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Season 2 GSL CODES Finals. And man, I don't think we could have asked for two better competitors to duke it out to become a champion. Artosis, how you doing, man?
Oh, dude, I'm more excited for this finals than I have been in years. Like in years, and I'm not exactly sure why, but it's a great storyline. It's amazing to have herO back from the military. Are we going to have a Protoss champion for the first time in 5 years? Or is Maru going to win his 5th GSL CODES title? Either way, it's an amazing victory.
Either way, history is going to be made here. It has been such a journey to get to this finals, and it's not the usual Zerg suspects that are occupying one of the two spots to compete to become the GSL CODES champion. No Dark, no Rogue this time.
That's right. That's right. And they win so many championships. It's amazing to have this TVP finals. Very excited about it. You can see there our Protoss. Well, I don't even know what to call him. He's the best Protoss in the world right now, though. He is changing the whole metagame. He is out of the military. He's got the whole future ahead of him, and he's playing like a beast.
It's important to remember that in the past, in the early decade of esports, a lot of people said that it was basically impossible to be a professional gamer post-military. This is a perfect example of somebody who's proving that wrong now.
Well, as we just saw, he's the first player to get to the finals after the military, so amazingly done. And of course, I mean, Maru has every single record that GSL holds. You can see he's even passed Sue at this point for overall GSL finals. Of course, he's won 4 of those. So there is a possibility that tonight he wins his 5th GSL CODES. And yes, MVP won 5 GSL branded tournaments, but this is 5 CODESes, which is much more impressive than what MVP did.
One of the most decorated StarCraft players of all time, Maru. If he wins here, winning the 5th GSL, we have a special G5L trophy that he will be earning. It's going to be a hell of a night, man.
It really is. And you can see the viewers have predicted Maru to win. I don't think it'll be quite so simple. As we saw in the rock, paper, scissors that we opened the show with, herO was able to take that, even telling Maru when he was going all in.
Yes.
So the fact that that is what we saw, like, I mean, that if that isn't PvT in a nutshell, Tasis, I don't know what is.
Dude, it's, and keep in mind, herO won that rock, paper, scissors bout that they had back there. By the way, guys, those of you in the audience, so good to have you down here. We're almost entirely filled up. I know tickets did sell out. We still have a few people filing in now. But man, what a great time to have a live audience.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe the excitement that was around, like, in the lobby of this building that was just outside. I was outside grabbing some posters and stuff for my kids to color, and it's amazing. There's so many people here. They're super hyped, super pumped. It's going to be an amazing night.
All right, guys, let's get the GSL Season 2 CODES Finals underway.
이 자리에서
We're going to be bringing out our two players now. Castor Park on the floor, hyping the audience. This could not, again, be a better finals, a more interesting one. No Zerg, either the first GSL Protoss champion in 5 years. Think of how long that is. Many esports don't even survive for 5 years. If Maru wins, the 5th GSL Code S champion.
It's going to be an amazing night here. And we are just about ready to bring them out. Here we go.
혼자라는 긴 공백을 극복하고 GSL 첫 결승이 마침내 일어났습니다. 30대 토너로서 프로토스의 새 지평을 위한 프로토스 힘은 드래곤 피닉스 게이밍 히어로 김준호!
herO, our first player to come out. He has reinvented the Protoss race, a race that struggled for some time to find its footing. But he has reinvented the way that we understand this. When going up against Zerg, taking a much more aggro style, a simpler unit comp, out expanding. Here against Terran, whatever could possibly change the meta is going to happen tonight.
That's right. And while he doesn't have a GSL championship under his belt, he's been on final stages before. I don't think he's going to falter.
The greatest Terran player in the world coming out to set a new record. Maru, if he does what he might do tonight, no one has ever topped this in the past 12 plus years of StarCraft 2.
And it is just amazing to see because he is miles ahead of every other Terran. It literally isn't even close. He's a whole race unto himself, and he's going to show us why here tonight.
We're moments away from getting this best of 7 started here. Artosis, your predictions before we get going.
Oh my god. I actually don't know, Tasteless.
I wasn't ready for this question.
I'm going to go with herO 4-3.
herO 4-3? I'm thinking Maru 4-3, but it could go either way. I'm happy to be wrong. Again, what an insane night it is. So good to have you guys here in the audience. We're going to be bringing Castor Park out here. Andy, go ahead and translate away.
The two finalists of GSL Season 2. This stage, this final stage that you earned so much for. The herO in an offline stage. And every time you face Maru, you always lose. Every single time. You have done this 9 times so far against Maru. But today will be different. Will you be able to dominate Maru today and become the GSL Season 2 champion? Well, like you said, according to the statistics, you know, Maru's my nemesis. I've never been able to defeat him. But it hasn't been a best of 7 so far. But in a best of 7, I'm very confident. And I have made thorough preparation. I have a good chance of winning today. And you said this before, herO. You said that Maru has too many GSL badges on his uniform. If you're able to take the win of him, he will be a runner-up once again. Are you ready to pull this off? I see Maru today, and he has so many GSL badges on his uniform. It's so cool to watch. I'm going to refrain him from getting his 5th GSL badge. So Maru, you have been able to win GSL 4 times so far. And G5 achievement is 1 step away. And you know, we've been watching you for the past 3 years and you are not able to achieve G5L so far. But today, if you beat herO tonight, and then you will be able to achieve G5L, which is a historical feat in GSL. But Maru, you need to be aware, as herO is looking so dominant right now in GSL. So Maru, are you once again going to become a runner-up today? You know, I didn't really care that much, but I did win 4 GSL so far. Today, I do really want to win. Why is it that you want to win today, Maru, against herO? I mean, because every single time I won against herO, I will not lose today against him.
2017년부터 해서 지금까지
That's right. From 2017, you played against herO in the best of series. You were never beaten by him. So what was the motivation behind that? No, I didn't really care that much when I played against herO. I was pretty nonchalant.
김준호 신경을 안 쓴다.
Wow, herO. Maru doesn't care about you, herO.
아니 지금 프로토스 희망인데.
You're like the
토스가 됐어요.
last hope of Protoss, but yet Maru doesn't care anything about you. The herO. Are you afraid of Maru? I think Maru is the only player that doesn't know that I'm in a good momentum right now.
최고의 포스를 보여주면서 결승 무대 올라갔는데.
The herO has shown great momentum to make it here to the GSL finals today.
보여주겠다는데요.
And Maru, he says he's confident against you. What about you, Maru? To be frank, I'm not scared of him. If I can just put on my plays, I'll be able to beat him. So in the best of 7 series, herO did say that best of 7 is completely different from a best of 3 or best of 5. So Maru, if things go according to plan, what is your score prediction? To be honest, coming here, I saw 4-0 for me, but I do feel like I can yield him maybe 1 or 2 games.
4대 0에서 뭔가 좀 안 풀리면은.
So you're saying that if things don't go according to your plan, you might give him like 2 or 3 games, 1 or 2 games. Then what about you, herO? I'll beat him 4-0 and make him cry.
자 그러면요. 시작 전.
Then, before we actually get into the finals, any last words to each other? Maru. Well, if you come to the GSL finals for the first time, you have to become runner-up. So herO, congratulations on becoming runner-up. Then herO, what about you? I don't care about the rule. I will try to break that rule today. We can see these confidence from the players. So who will come out on top in this GSL finals? Let's kick it off now.
previous world champion.
그때는 약간 긴가민가 했었거든요. 그때 당시에는 아직도 오프라인 그 경기를 적응하지는 못한 상태거든요. 사실 그때보다도 지금이 조금 더 자신은 있는 것 같아요.
herO can't believe it. GG. 김민진 선수의 안수위라는 거 오늘 경기 역시 보여줍니다. 완벽한 경기력으로 공격적인 김준 선수 끊어내고 4강에 올라갑니다.
너무 오랫동안 지지부진하지 않았나 싶어요. 상금 랭킹을 보더라도 제가 엄청 밑에 있더라고요. 그런 거 보면 사실 현타가 좀 많이 오기도 했고 그냥 생각했을 때는 그 정도 재능은 아닌가? 그런 생각을 꾸준히 해왔던 것 같아요, 지금까지.
돌아오자마자 오프라인 무대에서 슈퍼토너먼트 8강 진출! 두려움이 없어요.
딱 가려면 이 정도 공격성은 갖고 있어야 되죠.
팬들의 환호성, 뭐 이겼을 때의 기쁨 그런 복합적인 게 너무 느끼고 싶어가지고 사실 군대 때부터 생각을 했고 나오자마자 바로 그냥 쉬는 텀 없이 준비했던 것 같아요.
언덕 안에 멀티가 적어도 너희가 못 버리잖아. 지제. 버티겠는데요. 지상하기 위해 돌아온 김준호 선수가 생애 최초로 GSL 결승 진출.
이렇게 어려웠던 건가 싶기도 하고 그동안 기회가 많았던 것 같은데 제 자신한테 너무 후회가 너무 많고 그래도 지금이라도 이렇게 게이머 생활 마감하기 전에 올라갈 수 있어가지고 너무 좋은 것 같아요.
Yeah. Yeah.
전설로 장비기만의 조성규 선수는 자연적 우승이란 대기록을 세웁니다.
눈앞에 있기 때문에 이걸 놓칠 수가 없다고 생각해요. 이런 기회가 또 올 것 같지도 않고 그냥 이번에 GSL 우승해서 꼭 하겠습니다. 아무도 못한 기록을 제가 이번에 이룰 수 있게 된 거라서 아무도 범접 못한 원탑 자리에 올라서고 싶습니다. 그때는 좀 화가 많이 났어요. 제가 준비한 거 한 번도 못 해가지고 준우승할 때마다 윤수 형 생각이 나가지고 좀 마음이 아픕니다.
Oh my lord! 50 dog is gonna win Valencia.
발렌시안 때는 좀 괜찮았고 GSL에서 준우승하면 좀 마음이 아프더라고요. 준우승하고 그 옆에 서 있으면은 준우승한 사람 먼저 부르잖아요. 그게 너무 싫더라고요. 그 판넬 들고 있는 것도 싫고.
아, 떴나봐요. 완벽한 컨트롤로 박영선의 복사는 결승 진출.
그런 건 솔직히 신경 안 쓰는데 끊었다고 하니까 기분은 솔직히 못 올 줄 알아가지고 그런 생각도 안 했는데 이렇게 결승 올라가니까 되게 오랜만인 것 같아요.
병력이 끊임없이 옵니다. 끊임없이.
그렇죠.
정말 끝나지 않을 정도로 막힐 수가 없는.
솔직히 다른 거보다 토스가 우승하는 모습을 보고 싶지 않아가지고 제가 토스 우승 못하게 많이 막았으니까 이번에 또 막겠습니다.
하고 있습니다. 공격이죠. 공격. 김준호 앞으로.
사실 이번에 메타를 창시하면서 프로토스 팬분들이 그렇게 많은지 몰랐는데 뼈저리게 느꼈거든요. 많은 응원을 받았어요. 그래서 이번에 프로토스 팬분들의 그 의분을 싹 씻게끔 우승 한번 해보도록 하겠습니다.
준호 형 결승에서 만나서 너무 아쉽고 재밌는 경기 했으면 좋겠어.
현주야, 너무 심하다 생각하지 않니? 내 악기 좀 그만 막아라.
형은 GSL 결승 첫 번째라면서요. 저는 7번째인데 제가 7번 올 동안 뭐 하셨어요?
그동안 너 생각밖에 안 했지. 너 잡을 생각.
형이 우승해도 형은 투명해질 거라서 제가 잘 보이는 제가 하는 게 나을 것 같아요.
미안한데 군대 전역하고 지금 세계관이 많이 바뀌었어. 지금 이미지 탈바꿈했고 지금 엄청 핫하거든, 형이?
GSL 준우승 안 해보셨으니까 준우승 해보셔서 민수 형의 기분을 느껴봤으면 좋겠어요.
너도 요새 준우승 많이 했더라. 형 지금 간절해, 알지? 형 가장이야.
우승하면 되게 미안할 것 같은데 준우승하면 또 기분 안 좋을 것 같아가지고
이번에 지난 대회들 모두 싹 다 긁어 모아서 한 번에 복수해줄게.
제가 왜 GSL 최고의 테란인지 똑똑히 보여드리겠습니다.
오랫동안 이런 무대를 기다려왔을 가족분들과 팬분들에게 실망감을 안겨드리기 싫고 그렇기 때문에 제 프로게이머 인생 통틀어서 연습을 제일 열심히 할 것 같아요. 꼭 우승하도록 하겠습니다. 많이 기다려주셔서 감사합니다.
솔직히 되게 오랜만인 것 같고 C5를 하고 싶은 지가 엄청 오래됐는데 좀 준우승만 하고 있기 때문에 이번에는 무조건 우승하겠습니다.
Sana Africa Coliseum live. 2022 GSL Season 2.
Come on. When everyone hides, we find a hurricane's eye. Like
and we're ready to get this best of 7 going. First of all, I want to say this matchup is in an extremely good place. It's really interesting. Not too short, not too long, a lot of different ways to play it. And even if this goes into a Game 7, which I think is honestly more possible than a lot of other finals that we've had in the past. Obviously, a Game 7, by the way, not very common anywhere in StarCraft 2.
Of course.
It shouldn't be the craziest, longest thing ever. I feel like PvT is a very tight matchup that can be decided very quickly.
Yeah. That being said, I wouldn't be surprised if we do have one really long macro game where most of the map gets taken. But yeah, especially with these two, there's going to be a lot of volatility. These are two very aggressive players that can get down in the dirt and really play a crazy, scrappy game early on. Excuse me. And I think that is part of the reason why there's a good chance it'll go long. It seems impossible for there to be a sweep, for instance.
Sure, absolutely. And when you say long, you mean like many, many, many games,
yes,
right? Yeah,
yes.
I agree.
Like, no, they will all be 30-minute games like TBC.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. And again, no matter how you cut it, it's going to be interesting because we either have a new record made in that, Maru has now topped all previous scores in the past of GSL victories in GSL Code S, or we get a Protoss comeback here, which just hasn't happened in 5 years. And I want to remind everybody how insane that is for a period of time. You look at most games that attempt to have a foray into esports, doesn't last 5 years, period.
Yeah.
StarCraft, if you go all the way back to StarCraft 1, on into StarCraft 2, this is a series that has lasted over 2 decades now. But to have a 5-year drought in a star league like the GSL for Protoss, that's unheard of.
It's absurd. Nothing like this has ever really happened.
Yeah.
Think about this. StarCraft 2 is like 12 years old, and 5 of those years we haven't had a Protoss. It's
nearly half.
And I mean, Protoss just in general does so much worse than Terran and Zerg in GSL. Like, Terran and Zerg have all the championships just about. They have all the players with 3 or more, right? We only even have 2 Protoss that have 2 championships. I mean, there's so many Zergs with 2 championships, man. I can't even name them all, okay?
It's crazy.
No, it's not that bad, but seriously, it's wild. And so herO really is this big chance for Protoss. And the thing is, as they were kind of showing through his highlight reel and everything, he hasn't been to Code S finals, but he's been to multiple Super Tournament finals, IEM. I mean, he was dominant on the IEM circuit for quite some time, the Intel Extreme Masters, right? And he's been all over the place. He knows how to play. He knows how to perform under pressure. And I think he's someone that doesn't feel the pressure that much.
That's the thing I was about to bring up. He doesn't seem to be putting pressure on himself. He seems extremely relaxed. And even when he was interviewed after winning in the semis to get this far, he said, I almost don't feel anything. Obviously, it's great. I'm going to try to do my best. And, a lot of Protoss players, and I think Creator might be a good example of this from Season 1 here, they get this far, and, it's been a lifelong journey, a lifelong struggle. And sometimes that kind of pressure, it can backfire.
Absolutely.
But I don't think that's going to happen with herO here today. I think if herO loses today, it's not because he choked.
100%. I could not agree with you more than that, Tasteless. Like, I do not think he's a choker at all, and he is just going to play his best games, and that's just what you need to do. The thing is, the player he's playing against, like, Maru cannot ever choke, will not ever choke. It's like when you've won this much, I think there's nothing left. You know what I
feel
mean?
like there's very little to say about Maru going into this, other than that he is obviously so in his element right now. He's already proven too many times here and in other places worldwide that he could perform under this kind of pressure, right? So he's been here, done that. The question is, can herO cause that upset? And I do think with these two guys, very wide range of play styles within the matchup, PvT. And I was just informed we're ready to get this started. We're going to Blackburn for Game 1. herO vs. Maru starts now.
Came for war.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming, herO. Onside Gaming, Maru.
Okay, let's get into this.
Oh,
Whoa! Okay. What?
I love it, Tasteless. I love it. So already here with something we have not seen.
We've never seen that before.
Yeah.
And anything we've casted yet.
So yeah, that's Pylon on high ground, and then the little like Reaper jump spot that has the slow zone. You put the gateway in. So super cool already. That's going to give him much quicker rallies out. And let's see what he ends up doing with it. Like the probe is already over here trying to harass a little bit. And the thing is, when you're pressuring with gateway units, actually, this probe harassment is huge. It can really add up. Like, for instance, an Adept takes 3 hits to kill an SCV unless the probe already hit it once.
Right.
So anything it can put damage on could help quite a bit.
Now, keep in mind, the SCV is going to come in here and see an absence of a structure in the main. I guess technically there is like a pylon sticking out here on the edge, but he may not scout for that. So let's take a close look here. Does he see? Well, he has to know there's a pylon there adjacent to that, but that doesn't tell you there's something on the low ground.
Yeah, I guess he didn't check all the way that there was something on the low ground there. He may start to assume it, though. That is a possibility that this came up in his practice. We did see that Creator was here with him today, so probably one of his big practice partners. But here we go. The Zealot is coming out across. Here comes a Stargate as well. Again, very close towards the Terran main base. Blackburn is our only map like this with horizontal spawn positions.
And this is going to be the only build we'll probably see like this in the series. So already, okay, first hit on the Marine.
Huge.
He's going to have to try to come up onto the high ground. The Zealot may be too close so that he can't pull it up. He cannot pull the depot over to lock it out. Good blocking here with the SCV, but of course it can wrap around now. He spots the proxied pylon, so even while being hit with this, Maru knows there's probably going to be a few more consecutive attacks and techs coming in here. The Adept comes out and kills the SCV, so the CC can't finish. Kills the... Oh, actually does not kill the other SCV.
Yeah, misses
kind of a miss
that
shot
one
there onto the depot.
Well, it looks like, yeah, he's not going to dive on top of those 3 Marines. He doesn't want to bleed any additional units. Are you kidding me? Okay, so this is insane. This is, like, already it's been crazy and aggressive from herO, but why is he making a Nexus at Maru's gold?
Well,
Maru
maybe
saw
because
the
it got
pylon?
spotted.
Oh, so Maru thinks it's like a proxy Stargate or something?
Or, yeah, or another gateway's going to be there or something weird, and then... But I guess no matter what, Maru would try to come out there and check, right?
Right, so, yeah, if he sends any units there, and then he's like, oh no, it's a Nexus, and he runs away. Like, what?
The Oracle's going to come in now. Keep in mind, these Marines have been pretty badly damaged, almost all of them. So, like, any extra kills here are going to allow, yeah, as you can see already, the Oracle's going to snowball that fight. So even more damage coming in.
Yeah, and he's diving on these Marines as well. The second Rax finishes its tech lab there. So now 3 Marines will be produced at a time. This Oracle is going to run out of energy relatively quickly here. He's trying to target down the SCVs that did already get damaged, but that's 8 kills on the first Oracle. That is pretty gigantic.
Yeah. Right now, Maru with a black eye going into game 1. herO looking very much in control. Keep in mind that there's no probes at the gold base yet, but it doesn't seem like Maru has any recourse for the presence of the gold base either. So this could get doubly bad for Maru if he's unable to get control of this game. Basically, his Marine count is continuing to get erased here. And Artosis, I'm sorry, I actually missed this. Did Maru see the Nexus up there or no?
He didn't see the Nexus. He saw the pylon
Still,
only. And in fact, he just tried to get up there. Now a Marine going around. Oh, maybe he did end up seeing it because...
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he peeked up there when we weren't looking because that would be the only...
No, he did not, because he would have gone behind the minerals and started to hit it there. So that's the only logical.
That's what I was thinking we were about to see. So yeah, I guess not. The Marine is scouting around in that area though, and like the one thing I can think
he sees it. This is huge.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so he is going to slow that down a little bit. You can't just put a stalker there and it will deny that one Marine, obviously, and he kills it off. So that's nice. But look, this is insane. And don't forget that because there's a Nexus next to that pylon, that's a very close warp-in location.
Yeah, it's a good launching pad for more attacks. And we see that Blink's coming in here. Keep in mind, a lot of Terrans just get chopped up by Blink attacks, you know, on normal games. But this is going to be that on steroids here with the gold base and having the gases that you have in your main. I mean, you know, with the way that the mineral gas count balances out with Stalkers, that's just going to be a lot more Stalkers coming out.
Yeah, that's for sure. And don't forget, herO historically has been our #1 Blink Stalker micro player in the world many, many times.
So the probes are now soaking up the gold base minerals, and he takes another gold.
Of course.
Of course. As he does it, it seems so obvious.
Dude, he's like Michael Phelps, okay? You don't go to the Olympics looking for one gold medal. You go looking for as many as you can get.
Well, I think we're out of gold bases after that for this map. He's going to set up now with the Stalkers to try to, I would assume, blink into the main. I mean, that seems like the obvious move here. He has another pylon out here, so we can seesaw warp-ins, whether that be from the gold base or from here. And this could be the death blow, because I think he can deny... Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
he's going to be able to come out here. Yeah, for a second I'm like, that's stim, and then no, it's not. Excuse me.
Not this time. Not quite that good. The stim does chase him out of there. Maru is starting to stabilize.
Yes.
He's on 4 barracks. It looks really weird what we're looking at, to be honest. It's just bioproduction. I've never seen anyone do this.
The bunker. He lost the bunker, which means it's much harder to have a foothold here to try to defend. Keep in mind, these warp-in counts are going to get ridiculous. More gateways, by the way, being made over here at the second gold base, the one that's closer to hero's side of the map. Maru's pulled SCVs and the rest of his infantry. He wants to try to snowball a fight. This could be a little bit do or die, though.
Yeah, this is looking a little bit rough. Like, he has to make this work. We don't have any other tech for Maru. Like, it's not like there's medevacs. This army, what you see is what you get. He's going to end up stimming it eventually.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to work out, Tasteless.
Yeah, really good control here by herO. Kind of cutting the army into 2, and then taking the weaker side of the fight and blinking over to the safer side. And remember, those SCVs were not mining, so it's not just that herO survives that, it's that he's lost, or Maru rather, has lost resources in the process. We're seeing that second gold base kick in as a comical amount of gateways are being made. I don't think he wants to tech Artosis.
No.
I think he basically wants to just overpower him and bludgeon him with what he has, but Maru fights back very well.
And honestly, I think he's probably surprised he hasn't overpowered Maru yet, because Maru will not make a factory, Tasteless. These two are refusing to get anything else.
This almost looks like a kind of a low-level, high-level game with people that don't know the higher tech trees, so they're just making the same stuff that they started out making. It looks like the Zealots are going to be able to come in here with the charge. They do get on top of the SCVs. The Stalkers begin to lose the fight with the infantry, but so many workers killed, 21 so far.
Oh my god, the economy of Maru is just shredded there. 23 workers remain. Some mules will come down. He's trying to get a bunker up to stabilize some more, but this gets worse and worse. hero's economy is insane right now.
Okay, we see the Zealots come in now. I think Maru can't last. GG, herO takes game 1, and in a game like none other.
I've never seen anything even remotely like that. The fact that he made a pylon at the gold base and then a Nexus after the pylon got scouted, like, what is that?
That's how we started GSL Finals.
Yeah.
In a game that I think everybody watching has new wrinkles on their brain.
Oh, for sure. It feels more like a lobotomy to me, but you know what? It was a beautiful thing.
Dude, that was so cool. From start to finish, from the gateway placement into the slow orb. Maru even a little bit embarrassed looking after that. That's got to be a frustrating loss. Proxied gold base Nexus into an attack. Wasn't clean from start to finish, but it didn't matter. We see this moment come in here again. The blink in, this is where I thought it was going to be stim, and it's concussive. This was like the moment where we thought, okay, maybe Maru is going to stabilize here, but then we saw that the other gold base was being taken. And I mean, you know, as much as StarCraft is about, you know, these very esoteric strategies and cool tactics, it is also a game of math.
Oh, for sure.
And basically leveraging those two bases allows you to you flood them, so to speak, with so many units that there's just not a lot they can do. We even see these moments here, Maru controlling very well, but over time, he just gets whittled down.
He does. And one thing I want to mention is this was exciting to see from herO, but Maru actually showed us something we've never seen as well, going up to 5 racks with no factory.
Yeah.
Like, he was pumping nothing but units, and it looked to me to be prepared. Well, I think he had ideas on how to deal with this, and herO actually was on the brink of losing his entire army a couple times as well, so I think Maru actually did some good prep, but herO was just a step ahead.
Yeah. It seems like, you know, a more nebbish Terran player would have just been trying to make the factory, trying to get the Raven, and that's when herO would have dominated. So instead, Maru hardlocks himself into infantry and tries to power through, but ultimately herO has too much. So now herO up in the first game.
It's a big deal right there for him to take game number 1. That's awesome.
All right, guys, game 2 as the GSL CODES Finals continues on.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming, herO. Onside Gaming, Maru.
Well, that's going to be a hard game to follow up.
Yeah.
Because what a game that was.
It
like,
was
truly.
It was epic, and it was like the first of its kind.
Yeah. On both sides, really.
Yeah.
So already we have double gas from Maru, right?
Yeah.
So doesn't necessarily mean anything too crazy, but at least factory before Command Center.
Packed studio here. We're down in Digital Media City. This is such a cool venue. So cool to see you guys down here. We got to meet some of you guys before the show. Thank you for the cookies. The staff did get them. Appreciate that.
Yeah, my kids loved them.
Yeah, I mean, it does appear in this game, by the way, that herO is dipping his toes back into normality. Nothing, at least for the first couple buildings. We'll see if anything crazy happens later on. Artosis did mention, I need a herO. A lot of herO fans, by the way, in the audience.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's saying a lot because the Maru fandom is always strong.
He might actually have the most fans of anyone in StarCraft.
I think in StarCraft too. Yeah. Especially out here. Mm-hmm. But even with Sarah Rayner, I feel like the Maru fans are always strong.
Yeah.
But still, big showing here for herO. Now in this game, we have herO expanding now.
Reactor and Factory coming up into the Command Center here for Maru. So this will be interesting. Like, is he going to go Hellions, do you think? Or is it like Marine Mine, perhaps?
I was thinking Mine, but maybe it's just Hellion.
Insta Tech Lab. Okay. Let's see what we got with this. The only thing I can think, Tasteless, is he might get a Cyclone right away because that, in general, is just going to be a good unit against herO.
I think the Cyclone, it's funny, these units that were made a long time ago, they end up filling roles that were just not quite intended for them.
Absolutely.
The Cyclone is sort of this, like, defensive janitorial unit.
Yeah.
It kind of runs around and pushes stuff away, and it's sort of an easy fix-all. Kind of a Swiss Army knife of defense for the Terran.
It's like one of the greatest early game defensive units that there is, for sure.
It seems to lose value later on, unless you're Gumiho a couple years back, where he was doing a lot of weird stuff with it. But, maybe that's the play.
Dude, he killed the Roombas, man. Oh, my God.
Brutal.
But he did go for this very, very quick Cyclone. Now, I think that this is a defensive play because he's assuming that herO, for the most part, will go aggression. So it's a little bit unfortunate here for Maru, I would say. Oh my God, he just hates robots. It's really messed up, actually. He's like that Star Wars character with the helmet.
That was a good description, Artosis. I'm so glad because everybody knows what you're talking about now.
Well, the reality of the situation, Tasteless, is that these are StarCraft fans, and yes, actually, they do know exactly what I'm talking about. You overestimate
every StarCraft
or underestimate.
Every character had a helmet.
Yeah, but they know which one I'm talking about, the one that hates robots. Anyways, I feel a little bit bad for Maru because his opener against anything cheesy would have been nice. But like you said, herO decides to do like a normal macro play, goes into Blink Stalker. Like, the Cyclone is not as... It's better against everything in the game than it is against Blink Stalkers.
It's bad if you make a defensive unit, if you invest into that, and then nothing aggressive comes at all.
Yeah.
Now, Maru is going to have the Widowmine drop coming out here. We got to see, how prepared for herO this is. This can be good or bad for both sides, depending on, who does the damage. If he loses the medevac and the 2 Widowmines, it doesn't kill anything, bad for Terran. But if he can get a bunch of probes, which he might do now, It could be huge.
Ooh,
Good
herO.
reaction time here. herO is going to
Very
lose.
quick.
Okay, so that's an acceptable amount. But losing the medevac and then losing the Widow Mines.
Well, that was optimal for herO.
Okay,
That was perfect.
That was perfect. That's a huge victory there. Well, this is very bad now for Maru.
And now he's got 3 Nexuses. And Blink, like, what are you going to do?
Well, there's also, there's no way to punish all these Nexuses. You don't really have, at least right now, the kind of muscle to take a fight either. You know, a lot of Widow Mine drops, it's not the first or the second, but sometimes the third or the fourth.
That's true.
You've seen that especially with Maru, where he just kind of keeps hammering you. And eventually, you know, you're doing too much, you're juggling too much, and you drop the balls. So to take out the first medevac really takes the wind out of the sails.
Yeah, for sure. But it seems like Maru is just like using that to build, you know, reactors and things like that now. So no more flying units at the moment. No more medevacs. No more mine drops or anything like that.
Whoa.
Sitting much more defensively at this point.
Oh, does he really get all those out of there?
Oh yeah.
That's insane.
But yeah, this continues to look better and better for herO. Now, Maru's not dead. It's not like there's been a killing blow. It's just, if you look at what each of them have been aiming for and doing this entire game, herO's stuff has worked perfectly and Maru's hasn't.
Yeah. Well, the fact that every little tactic that herO's had at the start of this game has been literally perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, he has not lost any more than the bare minimum. That's pretty incredible. I feel like this may be one of the most healthy mid-game PvTs we will see for a Protoss almost ever here in GSL.
And it's against Maru.
And it's against Maru of all people.
Yeah, not as common.
Normally, there's a little bit of tit for tat here. Now, there's a chance that Maru ends up pulling SCVs at some point in time in a game like this. I don't know that he would be doing that right away, but I just want to point out a couple more engagements like that go down, and Terran may just go for an all-in.
It's possible. It is possible. Like, I mean, here he is getting his custom shells and his +1. I didn't see an armory. Okay, storms going down. I mean, once you see the storms, do you feel like you can go kill them?
Attack, yeah. I think you see a moment like that and you go, that's 2 less storms at home. Also, you got storm very early, which means you probably don't have anything else.
Yeah, that's fair. And to be honest, there is double forge being made.
Now,
so that's like a lot of money being used up. Yeah. Maru doesn't know that, but here do come the SCVs.
There's an Archon drop coming, but the Archon drop is going to signal to him when he sees no SCVs there that the all-in's coming. So the all-in is going to happen.
Yeah, Maru deciding that this is his best chance. That is a lot of charge lots, and that's a lot of Side Storm still. Like, he's going to have 2 more. Look at that. Oh, right on the tanks as well. Blinks forward, gets one of the tanks. The other tank, Soko's there, goes down, but there's still a lot of bio left over.
He can pull away, but herO has to play this perfectly from here on out.
Oh, man.
Basically, Maru wants to swing this game, but without a tank there, it's kind of hard to have any position where you can just hammer away at them. The SCVs are getting thinned out. He throws a couple more Zealots in there. The splash of the Archon picks it up. Oh, man, huge storm onto those Marines.
Yeah, he needs about 1 to 2 more storms, and he can absolutely wipe this. Looks like he has one almost ready, about 10 seconds to go. The Prism is back online now. He still has those double Immortals. Maru healing up. He still has a little bit of medevac energy here. Oh my god, he disables the Robo right now. Gets into the natural, going after the probes. This is fantastic for Maru. So much damage being dealt.
Yeah, this is insane. The Nexus is going to go down. The Robo is unpowered. Maru's going to pick up, but can he get out? I don't see anything over here at the third. He's going to drop on the third? Or does he just try to
get
escape?
Out of here, man. You're ahead. Like, aren't you well ahead here?
Yeah, without a Nexus, that's pretty bad. It's 41 probes to 32 SCVs. Hold on. He might be able to trap this.
Ooh.
These are very squishy medevacs.
You're right.
Oh!
Actually, a little bit of misplay there from herO. He definitely could have done it.
Oh my god, and he targets the 2 weak ones.
Yeah.
Big supply dump there. He could even go for more.
Looks like herO has other aims in mind right now, moving his army out back towards Maru's base. Very similar in the supply right now.
Is there any merit in the Protoss trying to push up into the natural again? With everything kind of disjointed as it is?
Oh gosh, it's a good question.
Maybe trying to go into the main? I'm not sure.
Well, it looks like he wants to go towards the front.
This is already a pretty scrappy game. He drops the War Prism, but he's going to commit anyways. This would be, I think, a pretty egregious overextension.
Okay, so What does this look like from here?
Hold on. Is he looking?
He is, yeah.
And he gets away.
Oh, he actually gets one before it burrows. That's really nice. And totally doesn't care about that. Cleans that as well as it really can be as well. That medevac going to boost out. But, okay, let's take a look at this actual position. Right now, same army supply and approximately the same worker supply. The third Nexus has been restarted from hero now. I think it's about to finish. Storm, but, well, I guess he has 4 Templars now. Gets his 1-1 started. But we almost have 1-1 done for Maru. What do you think, Taste? It's like who's actually advantaged after all that?
I thought it was very tough to say.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Maru by a fair margin, but really looking at it right now, it feels like it's actually just going to come down to engagements. Like if we have some good EMPs, that's good, but if he doesn't nail those, the Storms can rip.
It could certainly go either way. I think you're completely right. It's been a real back and forth. Terran is going to try to push out again now. There is a third command center started here, so Terran's not relying on just kind of eking out as many resources as possible on 2 base and kind of dragging, the game to a halt. But
good feedbacks there on the Ghost.
Really good.
There are a couple there still with good energy as well.
Subpar Psystorm there. A lot of Immortals here. I mean, this is a pretty daunting army to try to take on. He's got the Widow Mines up here. He's got a good foothold. But hero pretty nicely just lets the Stalkers take damage and blinks them away. He chips out the mines.
Yeah, he actually just got the Observer with that mine shot, which is pretty big. And now Maru's starting to shave this down. Oh, that's a huge Psystorm all over the army. But Maru actually has a lot of energy on these medevacs, and he's damaging everything. Now, the 4 Immortals coming forward, they all just use their shields, but still too much for Maru. He must run away.
Yeah, hero just completely cleans up that foothold. Terran retreats humiliated. And now it's probably going to be about the Terran trying to defend this third base, right? Now, does hero just immediately try to come in for another attack?
Well, he's not working on anything else. Like, we haven't seen 2-2 started. We haven't seen any other splash added.
No 4th Nexus here. I mean, it's...
So it feels like, okay, you've taken a lot of good fights, but with Maru increasing his economy and hero not doing much of anything to increase what he's doing, it feels like he's supposed to get something done. He's adding another Immortal. That is something. But at some point, more Immortals is not the answer, right? Like, he's going up to 5 Immortals, and now finally the support ban a second Robo.
So once again,
6 Immortals. I'm sorry, I misspoke today. So 6 Immortals.
It's a lot, man.
It is.
Looks like he's going to catch these Zealots. These were all intended for a little counterattack. Nice defensive Psystorm there to basically bully them back. The 4th Nexus is going to be all the way in the bottom left corner. I don't know when Terran's going to scout that. I personally, probably like a lot of people, thought it was going to be adjacent to the main.
Yeah.
That's a more ordinary place to expand to. This may give Maru a bad read as far as what's going on. Because right now, Maru may think he's actually preventing a 4th base, where meanwhile it started somewhere else on the map.
Yeah. Oh my god, these EMPs.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. The Archons are just about nothing right now.
They're so squishy at the moment. Another scan.
Maru's got to be careful, though. There is still a lot of damage here from hero. He has 6 Immortals, 3 up this ramp, 3 up the other right now. Comes down with both sets. Backing up once again. Still EMPs available. This is so many mines back here as well. He really needs, like, disruptors.
Yeah, this may be too much damage here for hero. Was that all of them? Almost. There's a couple more all the way in the back, but yeah.
He got 4 mines with that hit.
Liberators are going to be set up here. We're getting to the point where hero's army may start to just get completely fractured off into 2 groups. And then Maru's going to try to find which spot is better to try to pick a fight. And keep in mind, he maybe could get the pylon. Maybe that's just not quite in range, but there's disruptors coming out in pairs here.
Yeah, and with 4, I think that we have to see great micro here from hero. He's got to launch these and pick off the Liberators. Okay, 1 goes away. And, oh god, he's not being able to pick off the other one when the disruptors go down. Finally, he does end up getting it and pushes everything back. He's got the weirdest unit comp I've ever seen. This is like a reject Protoss versus Protoss army. It's like, wait, you're supposed to have charge lots in there too. What are you doing?
So he clears out the mines.
I think that Maru may have realized there's a base down here. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he just wants to go to the sensor tower. Now, there have not been probes transferred to this bottom left base yet. He's just incrementing them out. Actually, he's not even making probes right now.
Maybe he just sent a couple. I saw something go down there. Yeah,
I think you're right.
He's made ordering a few now.
So he's finally getting some more resources here. I don't know that herO has the right balanced army composition to take a fight yet.
Ooh, I like the mine.
Yeah, smart move.
Yeah, Maru right now is getting 2-2. I believe we just have 1-1 on herO still, right? Like, he never started 2-2, did he?
I did not notice upgrades on the ticker at the top.
This is how crazy this game is. Yeah, it is true. So Maru will eventually get ahead on those upgrades once again. The Disruptor-based army starting to move forward. He has, like, so much muscle here, it's insane. Like, you cannot engage that straight up. 6 Immortals against this heavy Marauder comp.
Yeah.
How tough.
Not a lot of mines here, and they're getting picked off here. He's looking for an opening.
How do you fight this as Maru?
I feel like, yeah, this army that herO has doesn't really have an Achilles heel, right? I mean,
think, like, if he had like 4 Liberators right now, I'd be feeling a lot better about his position, you know?
Yeah, well, he's going to be able to get in range of the SCVs, and that's going to force Terran to try to take a fight. Ghost can't really help in a moment like this, right?
Yeah, he's throwing down some good EMPs for sure, which is making herO really hesitant to pull the trigger.
Look at herO. Look at the respect here. Not going to hold his ground here for too much longer. Good Disruptor shots coming out here.
Oh, boy.
And, whiffs the SCVs. That could have been just insane.
Hey, he's really missing most of his Disruptor shots. He does need a good one. That one's okay-ish. But the Immortals themselves are so strong in this situation, they are going to help to push everything back as well. Maru microing frantically, but does pull back. He actually saves a lot of Marauders and Ghosts. Goes back behind his mine line.
That was a pretty perfect engagement from herO. Even though the Disruptor shots whiffed a little bit, overall, he basically won that fight. He drove Maru away. He's going to attack in. And look, herO... Okay, I thought Maru was going to go for a counterattack. In fact, he is going to go for a counter. I think he thought about maybe coming in from behind and trying to flank him.
Yeah, Maru has a very podunk army right here to try to hold on, but immediately forces a cancel on this Nexus. Okay. Oh, that's a hard fight to take. herO is figuring out that there is not enough here to actually hold on against his main army.
When you see nothing here, you know a counterattack's coming. But actually, that's not even coming. Dude, he can just snipe down the CC.
Oh, yeah. More than that, too. He's going to kill a bunch of these SCVs. This is looking like herO is going to be able to take it. Tasteless. He is actually down in army supply, which is almost shocking to see.
It looks like he caught some Disruptors that were coming through there to try and reinforce. He killed that, which is that's a good catch. The problem is it's 3 base Terran to soon to be 5 base Protoss. That's not the main CC, by the way, that's landing right now, which I thought it was at a first glance.
Yeah, it's a natural CC.
Oh, that's where it is. Okay. I looked over at the bottom right main. I'm like, oh, that's weird. Okay. Yeah, it's right. It's from the net.
Wait, he had that ready at his natural or something? No. Yeah, that's what a tough situation that we're in right now.
Maru is stretched very thin. You know, that one luxury of being a Terran is that you can replace a lost base with your main command center. In this case, he's going to do it with his natural, but you know, 1 or 2 big losses from here on out for Maru, and herO's going to take this game. It's a real uphill fight for Maru. Again, still very, very doable. It's an uphill fight, but it's Maru. He can pull it off.
Well, he's just going to have to take, like, a very good engagement, I think, and it's definitely doable, like you said. Like, look at how many Marauders and Ghosts he has here. Very good medevac count as well. Okay, he's going to immediately evacuate against the Robo-heavy army that comes out. Oh, he hits himself. I love it. Loses a Stalker and half of his Immortal health. Okay, cool. But here Maru goes now. Oh, that's some big EMPs that go down. Yep. A lot of damage on this Terran army, and Maru is going to get out of here. Or try to, at least.
Yeah, he's going to have some losses, though. Keep in mind, this is like a big wave of Protoss units that can probably just meet him over at his base over here on the far right.
Seriously. It's like an avalanche. It's just going for him.
It's a tsunami that's just moving across the map.
A star exploded, Tasteless, and he is but a planet that it's coming towards.
Okay, so, you know, the only thing that was really standing in his way are the mines here. It seems like he just keeps losing observers in this game, by the way. It's kind of this, like, sub-story of the fight in this game is how many observers are gunned down.
Dude, I gotta say, by the way, this style from herO is so refreshing. This is amazing to see now. Oh, Maru maybe gonna dive here. No, decides not to,
Well, he's gonna dive under the command center and force Terran to either give up the CC or take a fight.
It's so hard to take these fights, though, and that's what I think herO has brought something new here again. You know, the Terrans are getting so good at these engagements, and especially Maru really likes Marauders. There's 7 Immortals.
Is he going to repair this thing?
It's so hard to actually take that engage with Marauders.
He's sending SCVs up here to repair this. Oh, maybe a sloppy moment here from herO.
Yeah.
That could have been the move that Maru was waiting for.
I think you're right about that, but I don't know if it's going to be enough still. A decent hit does take out some Marauders on the side. Oh, another one. 3 more fall. And I just don't think that there's enough of this many Immortals.
Yeah, as you're seeing the dust settle here, there's just way too many Protoss units. He's trying to pull away. He can't. I think this is going to be GG. I think herO's going up 2-0.
GG, and that is huge for our Protoss player, for our Protoss fans. 2-0. He's just 2 maps shy of a GSL CODES championship. Maru putting out some very strong games. These games do have back and forth moments, but herO does seem to be a step ahead. We've literally not seen any Protoss play like this. 7 Immortals against Maru's Immortal heavy play. Maru is going to have to go back to the drawing board a little bit, because if he continues that, it doesn't matter how many like EMPs you throw down and how big your arc is, because you're not dodging splash. You're just taking gigantic hits from the Immortals.
Yeah. Let's point out, the 2 herO victories, which are the only 2 games we've had so far, very different. herO playing extremely standard in this game, basically parrying every attack that we saw come at him from Maru. And then in game 1, it was like a one-of-a-kind strat we never saw that clearly herO was labbing with. And I'll tell you what, that's a very bad sign for Maru, to have games that are that completely different. And herO looked perfect in both of them. Now, I will say, Maru showed why he's such a threat all the time, because he was fighting uphill this entire game. And I think this game was like 20 minutes or something like that. It was a long PvT.
Yeah, and not even like a lot of bases or anything, just very scrappy. But you can see, look at this army. Like, even when Maru is dodging all the splash, it's like, yeah, we still have 7 Immortals. How are you going to deal with that?
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it just... beautiful play. You can tell that herO, he's doing what he said. He meant it. Like, he is practicing hard. You can tell he's come up with a bunch of new stuff. And, like, yeah, game 1 was, like, cheesy, aggressive, crazy. Game 2 was straight up macro with a slightly different take than anything that we've seen here in the GSL.
We've never had that game happen.
Yeah.
We casted it live here. You guys saw it. We tried to follow it.
Dude, normally, when they get like 3 Immortals, we're like, wow, 3 Immortals.
Yeah, that's quite a commitment.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't even really care about charge loss that much. He's like, no, we'll just keep buying Immortals.
Yeah. And just, it does the, knows when to push it, knows when to kite back. Crazy stuff. So it's a best of 7 right now. herO is halfway there. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, game 3, do not go away.
Failure is never an option.
Welcome back, everybody. What a hell of a story so far. herO is up 2-0 versus Maru.
Yeah, and it just drastically different games. It seemed like he. Oh, who did you tell? Who did you tell that my pet name for you is Sunflower? Oh man,
I hadn't seen that until that camera shot. That is so funny.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think they rotate the cheerfuls a little bit. Thank you guys for sending those in. Thank you everyone for coming down here tonight. We've already met a lot of people out in the audience. You guys are great, so kind, and it's. I mean, this is a killer finals already. I know that herO's up 2-0, but I think Maru is not at all playing poorly.
No, I think
herO's showing some of his new stuff, and Maru is going to have to start reacting to that. He's going to have a plan to deal with it.
Yeah, I think the 2-0 is certainly not a sign that it's going to be a 4-0.
Yeah.
I think game one, we can only say that was a 1 in a million game. Game two was certainly close, and Maru almost clawed his way back several times. But again, two very strong showings from herO, two very different styles as well. How many more styles does he have to offer here? What's going on in Maru's head as well? This is not normal for him. He never is down 0-2 like this. We're going to go to Hardwire for map 3 and find out as herO versus Maru continues on in the GSL Code S Finals.
I came for war.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming, herO. Onside Gaming, Maru.
All right, let's go. Game 3.
So, game 2, we had the double gas from Maru. Oh, Bunny in the audience. Probably helped herO a lot, I would guess, right? Like, he's one of the best Terrans to play against. He takes great engagements similar to Maru. But, yeah, so in game 2, Maru opened double gas and went for that quick Cyclone, okay? Here, it looks like Maru is reverting to more normal play. And then herO is actually grabbing double gas here and immediately proxying. Now, what will this be? Most likely Stargate.
I do want to go big picture here for just a second and say that, okay, a 2-0 is obviously bad if you're on the receiving end of that. But a 3-0 in a best of 7, statistically, almost nobody's ever come back from that. I think we've literally had one GSL final, and I don't know how many, 40 or 50 we've had so far?
Yeah, we had a GSL final, and we had, I think, maybe 2 matches that were semifinals. I know one at least I remember. The SOS semifinals of a super tournament was a reverse sweep, but in GSL finals history, only Soulkey did it to Invasion.
Yeah. So that's important to note.
Yeah.
It's not just about getting the score. The order does tend to have an impact here. It's you know, if herO can 3-0 Maru, or in other words, win a best of 5, that would mean the only way for Maru to come back would be to 4-0 herO after that, which is just, you know, it's hard to imagine, right?
It's hard to imagine.
So if it doesn't start getting back and forth, it's not going to be back and forth, is what I'm saying.
It feels like it's a must-win for sure. I definitely agree with you in that regard.
A lot, at least statistically hinged on this. Statistics only matter so much, but, you know, it is something to remark on.
There are fun ones, right? And there are also ones that ruin your day. Like, if you look at the person who wins map number 1 in a best of series, it's like a huge percentage of the time they end up winning. But, I mean, best of 7, obviously, you have a lot more wiggle room. Here's to hoping that Maru's able to start to bring that back. Honestly, he's been playing well. It's not like he's playing poorly.
And another thing to note is that, yeah, there's not been one obvious weakness that's been exploited. Where Maru just, we all knew he had this, kryptonite, and herO's going to punish that. Not the case at all. I mean, again, game 1 was, I think, something that no Terran player in the world could have, fully been prepared for.
Yeah.
And then game 2, look, herO's really solid with his control early on. He may have the best control there is.
Yeah. At times, for sure, he has. Had the absolute best, like, Blink Stalker control, for instance. I mean, he's doing well here. I don't know if I would rank him #1 in control, but, like, strategically, he's so strong right now. He's come up with such great stuff. Now, this is kind of a different play, right? Like, he went for the quick Oracle. He's not really using it. He killed a Reaper. And he's gone Twilight behind it while expanding. So it's almost like he's forcing Oracle defense when he's not really even caring or using the Oracle.
That medevac just grazed by the Stargate, and herO's going to try to get ready to fight this. There's a lot of different things that can happen in this game because of all the moving parts on both sides.
Yeah.
So here comes that drop. I don't see any defense over here. So
that's an angle you don't think about.
Whoa, the trap. Oh, my God. We saw the traffic jam happen there through the mineral patch.
Mm-hmm.
You got to really know where you want to click them and to try to drive them through a really narrow corridor like that.
Yeah.
It's funny because I feel like the AI is so buttery smooth usually with units trying to fit through areas.
Absolutely.
That you don't see a lot of bumping. That was a moment where there was a lot of friction when the units tried to move through. And, that's a big amount of workers killed.
Yeah, and suddenly you look at this, Maru's actually ahead on workers right now. That's absolutely fantastic. Now, a Phoenix comes out, so we're going to have a little bit of this back and forth game here. Trying to boost away as quick as he can.
Yeah, this is more of a time buyer, basically. Try to make them waste as much time sorting this out, cleaning this up. And Maru's certainly showing he knows how to do it from every single rotation here where it's like, all right.
He'll just wait this one out.
Yeah, really well
Make
done.
him use as much as possible. I mean, Maru did as well as you really could there.
Mm-hmm. It's a real APM burner over there. So Stim starts now for Maru. The third base already here for herO. Things looking pretty ordinary. I mean, the big blow has already occurred, and that was onto the worker count here of herO.
Look at this. This is like pretty quick charge that's coming up, isn't it, Tasteless? Like,
yeah,
kind of interesting. The third Nexus finishing up. He's having a gateway explosion. It seems like he's getting ready to be aggressive, but Maru definitely is not planning on moving out for a while, right? When you see this type of build from Maru, you're waiting for at least Stim combat shields at +1 to finish. So he's going to be sitting back for quite some time. I'm not sure if is herO, like, I could see possibly him overextending and trying to kill. Like, look how many gates he's making.
It just feels to me like if you lost that many workers and you're going to try to flood them early on with Zealots, taking that blow from the Widowmine drop is probably,
it hurts.
That should make what you're going to try to do a lot less effective, excuse me.
Yeah, it cuts into the production for sure. A little counter lift there to get the lock on away. Phoenix flying through, trying to get a bit of scouting done.
Now, is Maru going to go for the timing? I guess he is. Okay, so this actually may be kind of brilliant here by herO. Because
might be right,
herO's saying, all right, he's going to take a fight. Let's invest in just barely winning the fight, and then we'll figure out the game from there.
Yeah. Well, with what he's gone for, he's just going to have Zealot Archon, and it's going to be actually a kind of surprising amount. I think that Maru may be unready for exactly how much he's about to face. Okay, sees it, charges up. He does have a couple mines and a couple tanks in here, and of course he has that Raven, which can be huge. Let's see how this one goes down. Oh, the feedback is so sick right there. And the overcharge is doing fantastic work. Tries to boost forward with an offensive mine into the back lines there of herO, but he does get it targeted down.
Oh, dude, that amount of damage on the Stalkers, I don't know. This is rough. There is one Archon here, some batteries helping out too.
The overcharge is gone now, so it should be a little bit easier for Maru to do whatever it is he wants to do up in here.
He's going to take an easy win over here and just kill off that Stargate and the pylon. But is he going to push forward with the tanks? The answer is no. He's going to back up and try to regroup. Tough call for Maru to make.
Yeah, I think it's solid overall though. Like if he goes back and reinforces, he shaved off some of the army of herO now, and herO's army is not that high quality. It's like Zealot Archon for the most part. Looks like he's going to keep a couple High Templars, so getting into that storm. But with 12 Marauders out, I mean, it looks to me like Maru has the type of army that herO can't do much against.
Okay, kind of a crazy little attacking over here.
Oh, that's kind of cute. Look at that. He goes. Doesn't quite get it.
Yeah, I think the idea was that he was just going to force cancel that and then run back out. But ghosts are now going to be a factor here.
Yeah, some Zealots coming down on the other side as well. Double Forge coming up, as well as that Disruptor tech. Or possibly he'll go into Colossus. I think actually Colossus would serve him pretty well this game.
Psystorm almost finished here. Now, obviously the Ghosts kind of counter the Templars, but sometimes the Templars can counter the Ghosts.
Sure.
It all depends on kind of these super quick twitch reflexes on which unit can punish which based off the abilities.
The EMP feedback, versus
the EMP,
that type of thing. But enhanced shockwave is obviously going to help quite a bit to swing it towards Maru's favor a little bit there. And just chasing out these Zealots, like herO has thrown away a lot of units, but he is buying time. The double Robo is going to have to pay off. Look, okay. herO's starting to show a little bit of wear and tear. He started a second support bay for the Robo.
Yeah.
And a Disruptor that started right there after he canceled. So, he's maybe moving a little bit too fast here, a little bit flustered this game.
Yeah, this is definitely the roughest game from herO. It does feel like Maru is almost to the tipping point. Now, that's all based off whether or not herO can fight this off. If herO fights this off, maybe the game goes on and we have, not a Terran closure. Whoa, big storm there, at least the first one. The second one, a little overlapping.
The EMP is amazing there, though, as well. Continues to push forward a little bit.
The tank is the biggest problem here. If he can get rid of the tank, he can maybe use Disruptors. He does get the tank. A bit of neglect there from Maru. But this is a real wrecking ball of an army. Now, behind all this, Zealots are killing off SCVs. So the longer Maru goes without killing a base off, the better it gets for heroes. And these storms are insane, by the way.
Really fantastic storms. And don't forget that the Zealots have killed a lot. He had Zealots in the main, he had Zealots at the third. I believe the third one has been cleaned up as well, so that's the end of that harassment, but very solid from herO. And you put on top of that some of these good storms, the fact that he has 2 sources of splash up here at his 4th Nexus. I don't think he's going to die. Oh, that was funny. He's like, I got it. You know what? Not used to seeing something that looked quite like that, but okay. Overcorrected versus a non-moving target. All right, excellent.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do that against siege tanks.
Yeah. Okay, so now we have another push coming up, and it doesn't seem like either side can really kill each other off. herO is still in kind of recovery mode, if you will. But Terran does have his 4th up here, as herO looks to be taking his 5th in the upper left corner of the map.
So Deb's just kind of being chased off. I mean, any harassment he can do, anything he can do to take Maru's eyes off the prize right now is really, really strong. Because he's got this 85 probe economy with the 5 bases. Like, eventually he's going to max out on a very good army. That's definitely going to happen. Look, 7 Disruptor, 18 Stalker. What a weird-looking army, like 1 charge lock. It's really kind of cool and interesting to see him almost avoid making too many charge lots. Yeah, so many Protoss, that's like it's the main part of their army. It's like their damage, their defense, their everything. But Maru is very good against that, so he looks like he's dodging.
Wrong. He just wasn't looking. I was going to say, so much of this game comes down to just being ready before something happens. That was a moment where Maru saw the weakness. He came in there, he got the kill, and we're starting to see herO kind of collapse here. He can't grow on either side of his 4th base.
And losing 4 disruptors is not going to help him do that any
Oh
quicker.
my
A big
God.
drop into the main base now from Maru. herO out of position, does a recall as well as a warp in. He actually overcharges that right away. I'm not sure exactly how useful that will end up being.
Okay, nice snipes.
Well, he will kill off quite a bit from that, but of course that always can revisit later. Meantime, Maru's other army hitting the 4th base. This is the last really healthy base from herO. If Maru can do any damage over there, I mean, herO is going to be on his last legs.
herO may try to come back and push down here. Now, Maru put his lumps in, but he did take some damage in the process. So the question now is, does Maru have enough to actually push back against this attack here? Because Maru's landing his 5th in the bottom right corner. Right now, herO basically sharking around the map, trying to see if there's any kind of fight he could take. He might want to try to go up towards the natural, but he's not. Instead, he's going to come in here. Oh, he's got to be careful. That Colossus is just sticking out so much.
Don't worry, S4 charge lost a tank for it, Tasos. Very different looking comp right there.
Both armies are maxed out. Maru has a little bit more, but a lot of this will depend on how splash damage connects onto the Terran army.
That's for sure.
The math gets a bit fuzzier.
Look at these armies, though. Seriously, 25 Blinkstalkers. Such an interesting composition here. Let's see what he gets done. He moves forward, picking off immediately the Liberators. One of the Colossus dies instantaneously. And then he sends off every disruption ball at once.
Yeah, over to the planetary, which I think gives us more questions than answers about this engagement.
That was a big panic move right there, man. Everyone knows about throwing all the disruptor balls at once.
Yeah, things are happening very quickly, and you kind of spam it out, and nothing makes any sense. I don't know if we're going to see GG yet, but it does feel like the writing's kind of on the wall here.
herO's still mining well for the time being, but his army is terrible now. He's lost all of his robo units, basically, and Maru's just going to push forward. I think that this is it.
This should be over. I don't see any way to recover. herO does like to have a lot of his infrastructure kind of surrounding his nexuses, but he's already lost so much, and I just don't see, you don't ever really see games where the Protoss is down 2 bases and the Terran is, roaming the map like he is, and that the Protoss somehow wins. That just sounds like the Terran would have had the throne, and I just don't see it happening.
He's not going to be doing that. No way, no how. herO trying to take down his planetary. It's going to be a bit much for those Zealots to handle right now. Some EMPs coming down. Maru maybe going for the kill here. A little bit disjointed, bring the rest of his army up towards the 3rd base location. herO microing his heart out, but that's about all he has left.
Yeah, the disruptor shots come in. I think we're going to see herO tap out, and this is going to show that we got ourselves a series now.
Yeah, we certainly do.
Maru won was probably the most important game for him so far. GG. Winning game 3 after being down 0-2 means he does have a very realistic chance of coming back.
Incredibly important here for Maru. So, a big, big moment. herO, I mean, it seemed like he did get a little bit off. He was bleeding off units quite a bit. The opener in general didn't do as much for him. It was interesting because the mines went off and then herO went like mass gate charge, but never could really engage. And I think that is one of the superpowers of Maru, right? Is he's so good at microing against those charge lots. And herO was, you said, like, maybe this is going to be brilliant. Maybe he's just going to beat the army with these charge lots, and then he can figure out what is the next step here.
Right.
And had that happened, that would have been a good position for herO for sure.
These small things that happen early on in the game, they will ripple through the entire game. And let's go back to where it really all started. The probes started bumping into each other in the evacuation during the Widowmine drop.
Yeah.
That is a big, big blow in a PvT. It's a big complaint about PvT, to be frank, is that so much of it can be decided sometimes by a Widowmine drop.
For sure.
It's even at the highest levels, you
see
could
it all the time.
and especially frustrating thing. This was another huge moment to kill these disruptors, but I do think the game was already kind of mapped out.
Yeah,
by
Maru
then.
was already doing very well.
Yeah. And hopefully for herO's sake, we don't see any more big missteps there, because he can't afford to have moments like that against Maru.
Yeah.
Maru generally never gets a lead and gives it up. And the reason why we saw a 2-0 earlier on from herO is herO basically played the perfect game. He had an S level game from the start to the finish there.
Triple
and
S
so,
even.
you know, kind of caged Maru in and then managed to take him down. But that game, game 3, really that was Maru started to get that first victory, and then it was victory, victory, victory throughout the game until it was GG. You know, herO has to tap out.
Yeah, really well done. I'm hoping Maru can do it again, man. I really want this to be 2-2 after this. We're going to go into Berlingrad for map number 4. This was a Maru pick. So we're going to see if he is able to pick this one up.
And does Maru have any surprises for us here?
Oh,
he's been a pretty passive player in a lot of these games.
He has been. He's been trying to absorb herO.
All right, guys, we're ready for Game 4 on herO versus Maru. Right now, herO with a 2-1 lead in the GSL Finals. Let's go!
Dragon Phoenix Gaming, herO. Onside Gaming, Maru.
Just play like Maru. I love that meme.
Yeah. Well, it's a common thing. Oh, you think your race is hard? Just play like that guy that's better than everyone. Well, I mean, he's showing it here tonight with that last game, man. Just dismantling herO. He does go for a double gas. Of course, we have herO. Is he going to get aggressive? Great cheerful once again.
Yeah, I guess they're rotating them out each game.
Yeah. Love to see it. You guys are sending those in. Just absolutely packed in here right now.
Yeah. I really do have nerd chills for this finals. The games have been so good.
Yeah.
The stories are so good. It's packed finals here.
It's really super fresh, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and these two players are a lot of fun. They've been around forever. They're both legends in their own rights.
And, I mean, let's see what happens in Game 4. I mean, maybe Maru can try to pull this back together. So far, at least for both sides, we don't see anything that is super off course, you know, off a normal course for a game.
No, everything looking all right. The factory coming up, and we'll see if he goes that Tech Lab add-on here once again. No, it just goes Hellion right off the bat. Okay. It's almost looking a little bit like TBT-ish with the opener. Don't forget, he did try that one Cyclone build that really didn't pay off at all. The Cyclone didn't do anything. You know, that's a big investment to make your command center slower for. Here, the Hellion will have a little bit more flexibility. What do you think about this Zealot?
It's kind of funny, isn't it?
Yeah. You don't see a Zealot at the beginning that often, and then obviously it didn't do anything really. Like,
well, I guess it's sometimes stuff like that is designed to like ensure that if anything weird was happening, that Zealot makes a big difference.
Yeah, that's true.
It's almost like insurance.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, certainly didn't help in this game, right?
Tasteless. Listen, I live my life by the rules of the blackjack table. I never buy insurance, okay? Like that's that's a waste of 100 minerals.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, this is going to be a lot of damage here in the main. Hopefully not just a shield. Oh, the block. Oh, wait, go back. All right, whatever.
Well, I think he got 2 probes so far, yep. And the Hellion's still putting a little bit of damage. I mean, this is decent.
Yeah.
He gets a full scout, lost mining time, 3 probes for 1 Hellion and 2 Reapers. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I think the scout's probably the biggest part.
Yeah.
And look, this makes, I don't know if it's premeditated or not, but it looks like it made herO kind of do something very decisive. 2 more gates immediately.
4 gate robo.
Exactly. So he says, all right, well, you kind of seen that everything looks normal. Now we're going to amp it up.
There was a short period here where we saw Parting, who is the other guy we talk about with Stalker Micro, it really, for years and years and years, it was Parting and herO at the top of Stalker Micro. But Parting killed everybody with this build for like a season or two. Can herO actually get up here and deal serious damage to Maru?
So, guys, basically, this doesn't seem like it was a premeditated strat by herO, but rather a reaction to what Maru got away with in this game.
Seems that way.
This is a sign of a very decisive player. Now, if you're going to do something like this, you got to kind of fake it. So you don't want to show all the stalkers, right? You want to basically mimic a player that's on 2 gates, maybe 3 gates, right? And you want them to find out basically when it's too late. So we want to watch the first few seconds of this very quickly. Now, Maru probably knows this is a possibility. We're going to see how much he actually anticipates this. There are no mines here. The tank is in range. He blinks in. He kills it. The Cyclone's next. And now the damage can start to really add up. Now, there's one more tank, and that's the unit we always want to watch in this situation, is the tank.
Yeah.
When the tank count gets to 0, the Protoss gets out of control.
Now, here comes the blink. The bunker goes down no matter what here. He will pull back. Now, how much damage is Maru actually going to end up taking? That's the big question. USCV is going down. We could see like a depot die in here. He blinks over to the side. That Prism just kind of keeping an eye on everything. But don't forget, even though we see all this damage being dealt, it's not like herO's doing a ton at home. He is getting a 3rd Nexus, which is pretty big. He's pumping in a probe here and there, but it's not like he has splash damage behind this or Immortals behind this.
So the tank came down the ramp, and he's not making more tanks, so that's all he has. So I feel like now the abuse is going to come into the main. Normally 2 or 3 is the number. He could end up shutting down combat shields. I mean, that's not game-altering, but it's something, and you take what you can get in a game like this.
Absolutely.
Dude,
all right, shaves a few.
Pretty perfect, I would say, all things considered. So look, Terran's not going to die, but Protoss doesn't win outright.
Yeah, the game is not over. There's still a lot of play left, I think, on both sides here. herO is up in worker slightly. His entire army is Blink Stalkers. Maru's army definitely scaling a bit better, and he is about to start popping up in supply quite a bit. So herO's going to need to keep pressure like this on without losing it. If he, like, for instance, if he lost that, I think Maru would just walk across the map and kill him.
Is he going to do this?
That's crazy.
Okay, that just looked bad before it even started. Okay, so there's no more... I'm sorry, there's one more tank in the game. But that was a lot of Stalkers to bleed off. That seemed like a very non-herO decision to make there.
Like, he was going for it, and then it looked bad, and he just was like, no, we're going to do it anyways.
I think everybody's been there when you're in a game and you're like, well, maybe this isn't right, but you're kind of listening to the devil on your shoulder and not the angel. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah. No, you can get the tank. Don't worry. It'll be different from the 50,000 games you played.
Yeah. So Maru's going to all in. Very decisive move. Maru, this is also, by the way, probably kind of like herO reacted earlier and did this strat. Maru probably making this move after seeing the bad play with the Stalkers.
Yeah, you put that together with just the fact that he's scaling up well against that like very aggressive 4-gate. There's a 3rd base here. He's going to try it. Here we go. 2 Immortals are out, so you do have to be careful about that. Tank siege is up. Trying to put some damage there. The Marines do lead for now. Just whittling off units as he can. Okay, there's the overcharge. Now Maru pulls back completely during the overcharge. He's going to pick off a lot of these Zealots. Ooh. Wow, that's a big commitment from herO.
He gets the tank, though.
Was it worth the amount of Zealots?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think it actually is, because the SCVs go back home. It's a worker count lead right now for herO. And you know, Maru's kind of lost at sea here in the middle of the map. He may try to pick up and go to the main. That might be a little bit too predictable, but that's a lot of times, like when the Terrans losing the fight out here, they're like, doom drop.
Yeah. And now herO is just kind of boxing him around. He's pushing him back a little bit, blinking to the side, picking off a couple of units here and there. And the Immortal production has truly begun now. Like, he is being consistent on these Immortals, which, you know, Maru stands for Marauder, right? Marauder. And he likes to make a lot of them. He's got 3 Tech Lab Raxes right now pumping those bad boys out. So as the Immortal count grows, that's going to be tough for Maru to deal with.
Okay, so I don't think he should push in. Actually, that's a lot. Thing is,
I don't think you should push in either.
The thing is, he might be able to win with that, but like that's definitely the way that
That's
Maru might come back. You know what I mean?
You might win or you might lose. Whereas if he just plays,
he all-ins on that one tank there, and then that loses in the game. It's the same tank from before.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now herO just plays the really conservative game. It's like no bold moves, just defend, and wait for Terran to take a third base. Because right now, the advantage that Terran has is there's no real Achilles heel back at home. There's not a third or a fourth base where you're running Zealots in. You need your Warp Prism to micro against a two-base army. You don't really want to warp in against a two-base army in their main because it's like you might just lose the game because of that.
Yeah.
So it's just about defending.
Well, right now Maru has a really, really scary army. Psystorm is almost done. It's just about to finish. There it is. That's a lot of Immortals as well.
There it is.
There it is, Stasis, and here they come.
Okay, he's going to come in now. And it seems like he almost doesn't even need to storm anything to win this fight. So this remains a little bit of an ace up his sleeve here with that inside the War Prism. And you almost want to try to act like you're overextending here and then wait for them to whip around and then drop and stim. Even sees that. Oh!
I tell you,
big punish.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is rough. Maru turning his tail and running. And it's sad to see, right? He's up there looking for an attack, then he turns around and starts a command center at the same time. And you're like, uh-oh, that is admitting defeat right there. Very tough position. Here herO comes. Getting ready, has High Templars out. Maru making a beautiful spread. I don't think you can break that.
That's the thing, is that Maru is very good at waiting and kind of just saying, all right, make your move, come at me. Now, herO has no fourth. herO is not trying to do any kind of what we might call like a win more move. You know, he's in a very good spot here. SCVs are being pulled right now. Stim comes in. Whoa.
Oh my god, EMP goes down, and one storm does hit. The SCVs are here ready to fight as well.
Dude, I think Maru wins this fight.
Yeah, I think you're actually right about that. He's starting to get in on top of absolutely everything. Those Immortals, though, starting to deal some serious damage.
With no Warp Prism to juggle this.
Oh my god.
Dude,
that was crazy. He even landed the Vikings over to deal the extra damage there.
Oh my god.
Maru's army.
I can't believe this.
Maru's army is way better right now.
Yeah.
Way better.
This is going to be a haunting game for herO if he loses it. Because I just don't see much of anything to fight with.
No, he doesn't have very much. He's making an Immortal. He's making a couple Archons.
Artosis, one thing to note, it's 60 probes to 29 SCVs. Yeah. So herO's economy is basically double Maru in a pretty econ-heavy game here. So keep in mind, again, there is no third base for Terran. No, the counterattack comes in. This is actually pretty daring to do right now, considering that herO's barely hanging on.
That puts a lot of pressure on Maru, though, doesn't it?
Well, it's enough to probably also fight what comes out of the command centers. Like, this is really an actual perfect number of Zealots for this counterattack. It's the Goldilocks amount of Zealots. Not too little, not too many.
All right, here we go. He's actually microing very, very well. He waited for the overcharge to end, picks off an Immortal there to the side. Very nice, dragging him back to the mines, but the mines don't actually go off. They're very low on medevac energy, which is an issue.
This is such a good finals.
Oh my god.
Dude, this is such a good finals.
Yeah, but it feels right now like herO is gaining the edge again in this game.
No, I think he really, again, those 5 Zealots, it's such the perfect number.
Yeah.
It was enough that reinforcements couldn't really come in. SCVs really got killed off. Remember the old StarCraft days where they'd make like 11 in that moment? And it's like, oh, that's
Terran
cool.
kills you.
And then, the Terran just kills your army and lifts off his buildings and wins the game. That was really good instinct from herO. herO is taking a 4th. Maru has a 3rd. But it's a pretty brittle position for Maru overall.
Yeah, he doesn't have great defense anywhere. He's sitting here like trying to heal up his medevac some, trying to heal up his army, gaining energy once again. herO gaining massive map control right now, still up in economy. That's a pretty scary force as well.
So herO should know about the base of 3 o'clock. It is not an easy position on this map specifically, easy to push up into the natural. You have this. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Very good side storm, but comes back over, kills off that Archon immediately. A lot of damage on the Prism as well. He's going to watch out for that. Another nice storm on Maru's army. Maru having to retreat here once again. Storm's just blanketing. herO just relentless with the storm drops.
He's coming in again.
Oh man, he's even pushing not fully morphed Archons into the battle. Great EMPs go off.
This is it. herO's won this game. In a nail biter, he does pull it off. GG, herO takes that game. That's 3-1.
That is a big deal, and look at herO. He can't help but to have a big smile. He's one map off of a Code S championship. Maru, does he have to go back to the drawing board here once again? I felt like he had an okay opener. I felt like he was doing well throughout the game. But herO is showing such a range. Great aggressive plays, great macro plays.
This is a really humbling moment here for Maru. We basically never have this.
No, not very often. Like the last time Maru had this type of a hard time in a finals was against Rogue.
Yeah, and that was a weird finals because Rogue just didn't play like any Zerg was playing at that time.
Yeah, well, I guess you can say the same for herO.
True. Again, a lot of this game specifically came down to the tank getting picked off, and then he goes back. He stays safe. By the way, both sides very much reacting in the moment to each other.
Yeah.
I don't think that herO had a premeditated 4-gate with a War Prism. Basically, Maru got in, did all this damage, and scouting, by the way, killed workers and scouted. And in that moment, herO said, okay, you scouted me. I am going to take this moment and do a really aggro strat after that. The only one he could think of, and the only one I can think of as well, is that one with 4 gates. Does a lot of damage. It's going great. It looks like herO's going to win the game until he overextends. And then Maru says, I'm going to pull the boys. I'm taking the SCVs off. We're all inning. And nearly overpowers him.
Yeah, it was a wild back and forth right there.
Even after that, herO comes back. It looks like the game's basically over as long as herO doesn't overextend. He overextends.
I think that herO, like, even though we see these slight overextensions, he's still towing the line really well. Like, he's making that extra nexus that's making Maru feel like he needs to attack. Or, like, for instance, those 5 Zealots or so that went in that you were really praising.
Yeah.
He's making just enough that it's screwing Maru up and making Maru want to attack. In fact, when he sent those 5 in, he threw down Overcharge.
Yeah.
He wasn't even really being attacked. He threw down Overcharge because he's like, I just need to buy time here.
Just give me 45 seconds, another minute maybe, and I'm fine. And it worked out. So, overall in the series, Maru kind of playing the reacting game. That's not bad, but it's also not working, at least not so far. We know that Maru in the past has done some kind of cheesy stuff, some weird rushes. I don't really count the SCV pulls in these games to be cheesy or all any. They seem to be very much based off the tempo of the game.
Yeah. It doesn't seem premeditated. He's like making the call real time, as he should.
As he should. But is there some merit in maybe Maru being a little bit more aggressive, being a little bit more active here? I don't know.
Maybe.
We're going to go to a break, guys. When we come back, Game 5 as the GSL Finals continues on.
up hot for a minute. Some say that zero. 그래 걱정 빼고 고민 빼고 망설임 빼고 this is zero life. 없어도 되는 건 빼고 실성사이다 제로.
상큼함 맥스, 칼로리 X, 맛있는 탕 제로. 요즘 제일 탐나는 제로 탐스 제로. 같이 떠나볼래?
아침은 라떼, 홀릭 점심은 라떼, 홀릭 저녁엔 라떼, 홀릭 둥글하게 달콤하게 라떼 홀릭.
달달한 충전이 필요할 땐 칸타타
라떼 홀릭.
I've been coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I've been coming up hot for a minute. Some say that zero. 그래 걱정 빼고 고민 빼고 망설임 빼고 this is zero life. 없어도 되는 건 빼고 실성사이다 제로.
상큼함 맥스, 칼로리 X, 맛있는 탕 제로. 요즘 제일 탐나는 제로 탐스 제로. 같이 떠나볼래?
아침은 라떼, 홀릭 점심은 라떼, 홀릭 저녁엔 라떼, 홀릭 둥글하게 달콤하게 라떼 홀릭.
달달한 충전이 필요할 땐 칸타타
라떼 홀릭.
형님들 아프리카에 승부 예측 생긴 거 아세요, 여러분들?
아니 e스포츠 여기 탭에 있잖아요, 여러분들. 아니 이게 새로 생겼더라.
저는 광동에 올인했어요. 아 진짜요? 네. 아 그럼 전 DRX에 올인. 모바일도 똑같이 아래 가운데 보면 e스포츠 있어요. 잼이라는 포인트가 있어요.
아프리카 내에서 쓸 수 있는 재화라고 생각하시면 돼요.
잼을 사은품으로 교환 가능하다고요?
이 잼으로 응모를 다 할 수 있어.
키보드는 벌써 나갔네?
아이폰 갤럭시 탭. 아 이게 200잼이야?
교환까지 할 수 있으니까 형님들 아프리카 승부 예측 많이 사랑 부탁드립니다. 박수 한번 드립니다.
Failure is never an option.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to go to map 5 in a little bit. We're going to have a little bit of downtime. The Greencasters are going to be promoting some hot 6 on their end. 3-1 is just not the result, especially for herO, not the result I thought we'd have here. I thought, honestly, something like this would be the least likely.
Yeah, the kind of almost domination that we're seeing from herO. But honestly, the games are close. So I'm not, like, overly worried. The thing is, it could end 4-1. Like, that is a real possibility. But
it could be a close game 5 and herO just crushes. That's completely possible.
Yeah. It's possible, but Maru is playing very well also. So, I mean, any slip-up from herO, Maru is going to be favored. And honestly, like, just in straight-up games, I can see Maru starting to take some as well. But herO has brought some new and interesting stuff, like the Mass Immortal play. Yeah.
Also, I think herO really clutching as far as control goes for most of the game, but this is really the first series we've ever seen where herO's pretty much impeccable micro is getting challenged. There's moments where we do see herO overextend, and a lot of that is just due to Maru's very good positioning. There's been so many highlights in the series so far, but let's go back to the most recent little bout in that last game that happened. It looked like herO was about to close the game out, tried to attack into the 2-base position, and Maru fought back so hard it looked like this was going to be a 2-2. So a big reminder here to herO that he's still got the best control, but he's got to be careful because one overextension could completely cost him the game. Now, on the other side of that, Maru is never down 1-3 in a finals like this.
No, it's a rarity,
This
right?
is
Like, he's
crazy.
only had that one finals that was really tough for him against Rogue. I mean, he's lost a couple finals, but that was the one where he kind of did get dominated.
But losing to Rogue, that's kind of normal.
Yeah.
Right? Losing to herO here, not normal. And honestly, Maru does look a little bit more uncomfortable in the booth. I guess he's not really in a booth in this, but down on the stage, I should say, than what we're used to seeing.
Yeah. You know, I just want to see if Maru can kind of adjust to what herO's bringing, but I almost feel like this is a great moment for herO to bust out something absolutely insane. You know, like game 1. What if he busted out something like that right now? Like, he just goes for the kill, goes for the championship right now.
Well, not only that, but, like, he just needs one more, man.
Yeah.
But if Maru came back, that would be the craziest comeback ever.
Yeah, well, if you start cheesing, that might give him his biggest shot.
Yeah, we've had a couple finals like that where one guy's ahead and the other guy does a whole bunch of clowny stuff, and suddenly it looks like it was a very, very stupid move.
Yeah.
Again, guys, a Protoss has not won a GSL Code S in 5 years. Think about that. Where were you 5 years ago? Probably in a completely different place in your life. That's a long time.
Oh, I thought you were asking me. I'm like, well, no, I was sitting here with
I was
you
right
casting,
here, Jaceless.
casting Stats winning that. And when in fact, I even said, you know what? I bet Stats wins a couple more. But here we are 5 years later, Tasis. I couldn't have been more wrong.
But if Maru can overcome this and get a 3-win streak, he will have the 5th GSL win, a G5L as we call it, and he will make history. Really, history's being made no matter what. Anyways, we're going to go to the map Cosmic Sapphire for map 5.
I'm ready for it. It was a herO pick, but we're getting deep in the pool, so doesn't mean as much anymore.
All right, guys. Game 5 is now loading up. herO versus Maru. herO with a 3-1 lead. Let's see if this ends now or if Maru begins the comeback.
I came for war.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming, herO. Onside Gaming, Maru.
Dude, it's so packed in here. We're actually using seats in the audience that I've never seen them use, which are these seats way off to the side.
Yeah.
So cool. So cool to see you guys out here. some of you guys have been coming to the studio, whether it be for the last couple of years or here years ago. That's so funny. Wait, was it him on the skateboard? I barely saw it.
That was him on the skateboard.
It was him on the skateboard?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Well, his head on there at least.
But it's so fun to have you guys down here to see the signs in the audience. That sign, by the way, a reference to the GSL Super Tournament that herO won skateboarding to the tournament and then skateboarded home with a check.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, that's the coolest thing that's ever happened.
It's literally the coolest thing. Winning a StarCraft tournament.
I'm like, I didn't know that this tournament could have been a manga as well.
Yeah. It was actually almost too much for that, though. It had to be real life that happened.
Yeah. Ooh!
Oh, damn.
Does that count as a diorama? Or a pop-out book? I don't know.
Oh, God, yes.
Yes.
I would buy that one.
Yeah.
My kids would rip the flaps. I'm like, no, I cared about this one.
They spilled orange juice on it. Somehow we can't get this one in focus. All right, that's going to be the Da Vinci Code, Cheerful. Someone's going to have to decipher what that one said.
Maybe that's what she wanted.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually what it looks like.
Yeah, we're going to decipher.
They're going to
like,
think it doesn't focus.
Worship the devil. That's not a good message.
Twilight on the way here for herO.
And it's not wrong that Maru's doing this, so I don't want people to get that impression before I even start, but he's been playing a conservative game. He's been playing the reactionary game. And it's been a series that's really, it's been interesting because it's been herO kind of doing what herO's known to do, kind of getting in the player's face. Usually in the past, herO gets that crippling blow and kind of rides it out, whether that's just to get the closer or to just kind of stay ahead and starve them out or crush the army later. Maru is proving to be, I think, one of the most difficult opponents to pull that off. Mm-hmm. But regardless, man, wins are wins.
Yeah.
And herO's starting to stack those. He's almost out of this.
Well, that's what's important here, right? Like, it doesn't matter how he ends up getting them, but this is almost suffocating 3-1.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it's when we go to Game 7, usually it's like, 1-1 on each side, then 2-2, 3-3, or something like that.
But you got to win 2 here in a row. You got to stack them up as Maru if you want to go to that 7th game and have it truly be even. Honestly, if he can do that, I can totally see him winning that.
And, I've been watching this from Maru's perspective, but I want to point out, what herO's been doing is interesting as well. He's gone more and more reserved conservative play as he's getting further ahead. He's kind of like, no, you know what, I kind of got this. So
we have seen that a little bit,
yeah.
Really only the first game was mega cheesy from him.
Yeah, and that might have just been because that map was the first map.
I can't believe he's actually doing this.
What?
This is crazy.
Wait.
Oh, I guess he gets him.
We had been like,
wow, okay,
looking at each other and talking so long about big picture stuff. I'm like, does he have Blink yet?
That got like nothing.
No,
that was a pretty failed drop, unfortunately.
That was a that was a pretty rough moment, and this game is going. It looks like for now mirror a lot of the early game that we've seen in the past.
Yeah,
it's going to be herO coming out again. Is this a 3-gate or a 4? Yeah, 3-gate. So this is very different from a 4. 4 is meant to kind of force a fight and win it, where 3 is meant to do more control.
The follow-ups is interesting here, Tasteless. It's a little bit different from herO. He's actually going into Charge and Templar Archives without overmaking Stalkers and then the 3rd Nexus. So it seems like he has, 3-gate used to be like a pinning maneuver rather than an attack. So maybe that's what he's going to go for, is just like kind of applying pressure and kind of acting like he's going to attack, but to get into Charge and Storm very, very quickly, or possibly just Archons.
Here comes that drop now. Again, he just is looking for damage. He's looking to trade favorably. He's not looking to end the game. And this does mean that there's going to be a lot more opportunities. Oh! Okay, there's going to be a lot more opportunities to attack out here from Maru. Which means that, this part of the game, of course, is interesting, but the real
tell is going to be, okay, if Maru does try to push out, actually, you know what, he's getting another CC, so he might also play slow too. This could be the slowest game we've had so far.
Yeah, it does look that way, doesn't it? And with Storm coming up, well, he's adding a lot of gates, and he's going to have charge. There's no forge or anything. So it looks like, even though that third Nexus is finishing up and he is making some probes, I think we are going to see herO move forward and try to be active here. You know, this actually kind of reminds me of the way that Trap oftentimes plays PvT, where he gets Storm kind of abnormally fast, and then will kind of attack into the third base a little bit before Ghosts are ready. So that could be what we're going for. I mean, maybe he just goes for like a Psystorm drop as well. We did see one of those earlier today.
Sure. By the way, not that common to Psystorm drop like this.
No, not that common. Yeah.
Maybe it's a little bit more common like right now in the current meta, but historically it's not been. This is actually kind of more of a StarCraft 1 thing.
Yeah.
That has been trending more like right now in StarCraft 1 too, so it's kind of funny to see it happening here now.
Good ideas are good ideas, my man.
Yeah. Well, sometimes we see these games sort of impact each other. You know, one of the problems with doing the Psystorm drop is it's hard to kill that many SCVs.
Yeah.
With it.
Storm not quite as strong in StarCraft 2.
Yeah, even though it comes out very fast, like you can kind of pull the SCVs away. And a lot of times the SCVs are just moving anyways, so they don't get killed. And I think the one turret probably will make it so that that won't happen. So we thought we might see something happen there. It's not. But on the opposite side of the map, there is a double medevac coming in here.
Oh, that's going to get slammed if he actually goes for it.
Well, you know, Maru's been, I think, a little bit sloppier with his medevacs. Oh, he sees it. Dude, immediate reaction.
Yeah, yes. He scans High Templar and sees the Stalkers with the medevacs. So that's like, that's a no-go.
And you can see the position of the High Templar. That's there to feed back. The Stalkers are there to do the damage. So that's designed to, like, obliterate that before anything can put its feet on the ground. Oh, is he going to move out now? No, sorry. This is a third base. What am I saying? So the third CC is coming down now.
Really healthy economies on each side, by the way. 70 workers against 63.
A lot of respect shown on both sides.
Yeah.
I think, you know, right now Maru says, okay, I cannot screw this up or I'm out. But herO's saying, don't overextend. That's really when Maru started to win games, was when herO got a little bit too greedy.
A little drop here. The overcharge will kind of shut it off.
That's huge. The Stalkers blink in. They're going to get at least one medevac. Now, 6 probes at this phase of the game, obviously not as big as 6 probes in the game that herO lost, which was right at the start. So he can recover. It is a small victory, but also a bit of a trade because the medevac was killed off.
Yeah, Maru going to pull out of there from now. I think he's just trying to be like a little bit active at the moment. His army supply is starting to peak a little bit. A 4th command center gets started. +1 air attacks. Kind of cool to see. Some Vikings coming out. That might be primarily to push back the prisms, because that's been probably the strongest thing other than the mass immortal tech from herO. He's been doing just absolutely amazing storm drops onto the army. So to push that back a little bit better, I feel like we're already seeing Maru with some good ideas on how to fight against him. A couple medevacs being picked up. You know, just picking off pylons on the side, right? Ooh, 10.
Okay, that's way more than I thought.
Yeah.
But even there, you can kind of see it doesn't get all of them. It hits most, but, oh, he's going to come back in. Whoa.
All right, gets a few more.
That's pretty huge. Keep in mind, you know, when you have this many bases like herO, Maru's workers are much more, it's more congested on the bases. There's a lot more, not super saturation, but like everything's together, right? So those storm drops are pretty damaging. herO's going up to 5 bases, which is like, he's basically at endgame PvT in this matchup.
Yeah, he has a lot going on right now. 2 disruptors at a time. Stalker Zealot walking across the map. Now, Maru has some good stuff going on as well. He's still in a pretty defensive stance. Yeah, he's taking a bit of damage here and there, but he has enough. I don't think he's going to like be broken. You know, attacking in with disruptors is actually kind of hard.
Yeah. Now, is this going to be an overextension here from herO? I know that Terran's going up to 4 bases. I guess he is being pretty safe about it, right? We haven't seen him kind of moving with anything too huge.
Opening one of the biggest areas here. Some EMPs go down. Maru with excellent defense. I don't, like, I appreciate what herO's trying to do here. He's hitting all the different sides. He's trying all these things. He's not overcommitting. Yeah, it takes a little bit of damage, but he's poking, he's prodding, he's seeing if there's any weakness. But the fact that not a lot has happened means that Maru is already kind of set up, and he's good at these engagements. I don't know what hero's going to get done.
I agree. I'm not sure the hero. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's bad that he's doing this, but it does seem like this isn't going to go anywhere, especially like that bottleneck he's trying to move through.
Like if you really try to go in, he can do that move and get a disruptor hit, you know, damage a depot, but he loses all of his shields instantly, right? He takes a little bit of hull damage, and if he actually went through, he'd lose everything. So these moves, they are keeping Maru in check to a certain degree. Okay, here we go. He finds one that Maru does not want to try to stand and hold.
And so this was the fight he wanted to take. Just keep him on bases. And by the way, this is really putting a clock on Maru now. Like, the Terran's kind of stuck. It's bases like this, you know, it's kind of, well, it's just not likely that he's going to get it. But the big story right now in this game is that herO has grossly outgrown Maru. Which means the funds are going to start just piling up. We're already seeing he's at 2K minerals, he's over 1K gas, and that number's not going to go down.
No, it's going to get better and better for him.
Keep in mind, a lot of times what Protoss trades out are zealots at the start of fights. So this means, like, it's going to become ridiculous. And honestly, this is really not we see this scenario in TVZ like almost too often. We pretty much never see it in PvT. So
it's rare. It's
hard to get to this point.
Yeah,
because of the this matchup is one that can be decided very quickly. So it's kind of insane to see this happening now. But I think Maru is now at the point where he cannot base trade because there's too much base for herO.
Yeah, you might be right. He does send up a decent-sized force to take out some of these Nexuses. herO is trying to do a counterattack here to try to like punish him for it. We'll see if that ends up working. Nice EMP, trying to take out those static defenses.
Shut down on the Raven.
That was big. A ton of disruption balls come out. But Maru's killing some bases here as well. I don't think that this attack from herO like kills Maru by any means.
If he gets into the main, I think this is going to be a big problem for Maru because that's all the infrastructure. He didn't raise it up.
Oh, no.
It's too late now. Oh, my God.
Yeah, everything kind of walking up. Tries to set up some Liberators. He does have some Siege Tanks here as well. Okay, he's starting to whittle this down a little bit. That's a beautiful storm. There's so many Disruptors in here. I'm actually starting to get pretty scared for Maru.
I don't think that Maru can recover this is the problem. It's basically like an ant farm trying to navigate through all these buildings, which is going to be really good for the Disruptor shots.
But where's his Queen, Tasteless? He's got to defend it. This is rough.
Look at this.
More storms, more disruptors, trying to set up these Liberators to push everything back, but herO is just, he's having quite the time back here.
And look, Maru, I think, is eventually going to clean up here, but, he's going to recall that. I think it's all going to get killed off, right? Now.
Saves like one.
But look at the funding right now. Even though supplies are even, there's a lot more money to go around here for herO.
For sure. Now look at this, a huge blink in, a lot of units, but Maru very quickly, very swiftly gets in here, drops for that defense, but double disruptor comes out as well. A little bit rough there. Maru trying to punish as best he can. He might end up getting these disruptors, so that's nice. Pushes everything back. He has lost 20 probes, but hey, 62 is fine on the amount of bases he has.
This is such a funny game now. Now, I think herO can still win this, but I feel like it was a lot more clear before he went into the main. I still also don't think going into the main was a bad idea, but it did not go as well as it should have gone for herO.
Well, he was always going to lose everything when he went up there. It was either you literally win the game or everything's going to die.
Yeah.
Just how efficient can you end up being?
And it really goes to show you what one mine can do to delay an entire army like this.
Okay, that is, this is a silly amount of Stalkers now. These things can't even all fire at the same time.
Yeah. This looks like, the first year of StarCraft 2 with roaches, where they were one supply. Like,
yeah.
So
I thought you were going to say it looks like Hongun Prime. Like, you're right, it does, but now he has disruptors.
So he's going to come around from the bottom. And you know what? The main is, once again, not like a bad target to go for. I didn't really think this game might go that way, but this could be one where he tries to fight his way in there and just get on top of the production again.
Oh, you think he might go for that move again?
I thought so when he was down there, but now he's not. But that's what I was basically trying to illustrate here. Because it seems like the fourth base is too obvious to try to go for. but it does seem like Maru's got enough that herO can knock at the door, but he's not going to get in.
But look at this little switcheroo that's happening right now. 35 Stalkers, 9 Disruptors. That's the bulk of the army here for herO. Look at Maru, 9 Siege Tanks. That's like 9 Siege Tanks. If those are spread correctly, that's pretty damn good against Stalker Disruptor, right? Like, that's some TY style stuff there. Remember, that's how TY was playing late game Terran versus Protoss, just mass Siege Tank.
Well, when you get Siege Tanks in high numbers, it's very hard to actually fight them head on. The problem with Siege Tanks in high numbers is if they're not covering one area, like this one here, you kind of see what happens. The Protoss gets to sort of have free range. I think right now herO might be maybe being a little bit too respectful.
Maybe.
It does seem like this. Yeah, so you can see the SVs are going to have to come out the moment he looks like he's going to commit.
Some Siege Tanks come down to help cover that as well.
Artos is on the topic of all these Siege Tanks. Okay, so maybe he can't get in there now, but also he's not going to kill that base at the bottom left that, herO has now.
Yeah, that's a fair point, and that is actually kind of an important base to kill. Now, Maru is expanding in that direction. He's got a lot of sensor towers. This is looking at one of those Terran vs. Zergs that we've been seeing more recently, right? A little bit of, like, he's going for an exhaust play almost. But Protoss can be pretty damn efficient, so I'm not exactly sure if this is going to end up working, but we have seen Maru try stuff like this before. Now, a huge move here from herO coming in from that left side. Very quickly relocating his army for this attack.
All he's got to do is be on that side of the command center and have enough disruptor shots. He should be okay.
Comes in once again,
dude,
more
this
and
is
more
a
units.
lot. It's a lot, Artosis.
Ooh, but look, if he goes forward, he loses a lot of units here as well. Some of his economy being hurt. Good dodging from Maru overall, but he is getting shaved down a little bit by the Disruptors. Oh god, that is a lot of Zealots added in now. Maru standing and fighting for a moment. He is going to have to pull back further, though, as the Disruptors come out.
Okay, it might have been an overextension here. He's going to back up. No SCVs mining at this, by the way. It's 78 workers to 54. So it was 16 SCVs actually killed back there. He's going to try to regroup. Now, with the Zealots coming in, he can actually try to take another fight. Again, herO has a massive econ lead here, and dropping this base down here at 6 o'clock is only going to get Maru further behind.
Yeah, that is painful. He really needs another base right now. Like, his third base has to be almost gone. The fourth base, well, he's had to run SCVs from it several times, so that's probably still pretty healthy, but when your income is doubled by your opponent, that is never a good sign.
Okay, he's going to come down again. This is a lot of tanks.
It really is.
It's, but I guess he has enough. Like, just get in here.
Oh my god.
It seems like we're starting to see Maru get pulled apart. He's beginning to fray at the seams. He just sort of can't put out all these fires at once.
It doesn't seem like he has enough to hold on. He actually goes back to try to repair this one. His command center is running low.
Oh my god, I think we're almost to the end, Artosis.
It does look that way. A ton of Zealots coming in. Maru doing his best to repair this planetary, to hold on. The planetary falls. SCV's running along with Marines and Marauders.
The planetary's sort of a fail-safe when you're down in supply. You at least have that big bulky building to take the fight. But he drops that, and therefore Terran gives up that position. 6 o'clock has been reclaimed. Mules dropped.
Yeah, Maru is doing his puppy cheek thing that he does when he knows he's almost dead.
Yeah.
This is getting bad. 16 Zealots at a time being warped in. DT Blink even on the way. herO's economy, absolute madness. He's taking the entire map at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there's almost no more bases where it's physically possible for herO to even expand to, if you look here. And so 3 o'clock's going to be a location that herO's going to try to take again. The problem is that herO has so much of the map that I think Maru could basically even mine these locations out and then run out of money. He's spending all of his money reclaiming the bases. Is he going to do a big warp in here? Not a bad idea, honestly. I guess he doesn't really have that much supply.
Yeah, not too much, but I mean, anything that he does right now, Maru feels twice as much.
Yeah.
Oh, put some DTs in there.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Zealots,
very
but
quickly,
yeah.
though.
Oh, he tries to blow with eBay. The Zealots still spill through. The blink on top comes in. Oh, the disruptor shots are insane. The planetary goes down.
Oh my god, one command center does end up living. The orbital gonna go back over and land immediately. Maru is trying his best to hold on. He is down quite a bit in supply. A lot of it is workers, though.
True, the army supply is huge right now.
Yeah, and he's got great upgrades. He's got a strong composition, but herO, I mean, he's just buying everything. Look at this, Fleet Beacon, 3 more Stargates. He's gonna start really switching it up. Look at it, it's like he sends in, 16 Zealots or so, kills 2 siege tanks. Doesn't matter.
Well, he can do this. I mean, he can basically trade out extremely inefficiently and bring Maru to his knees.
Maru is going to need another base pretty quickly here. I mean, killing these armies efficiently is not going to be enough over the long term, I think. The Zealots coming in, he's going to pick those off pretty darn easily, honestly. Doesn't lose very much. Look at this. Maru's up like a little bit in army. Well, and then 10 Zealots get warped in.
Yeah, well, this is the thing is, I mean, he can basically throw money at the problem. When you're this ahead, it really becomes a much more difficult thing for the player that's behind.
He truly is a billionaire, Tasis.
Yes. He's too big to fail at this point in time. Oh my god, these disruptor shots.
Yeah, by the way, he's going Tempest right now, so he's just going to start busting everything from far away. Tempest, Blink Stalker, Disruptor is an amazing composition.
But will this give Maru an opportunity, kind of like when you see Broodlord and Fester suddenly counterattacks become more viable? Could that be the case here now?
Possibly. I mean, I would love for that to be the turning point where the Tempests just don't work, but I am a little bit fearful for Maru because his economy is just not that large. So if anything goes wrong at this point, it's going to be rough. But look, a lot of the supply in this army is going to end up being Tempests, and Tempests are good. They're underrated, I think, honestly. But, oh my god, does he actually see that a Tempest is making? The amount of Tempests that are being made, he's going to have like 10. Which, yeah, it's going to do a lot of damage, but his overall army strength is going to fall.
Isn't it funny that the number of SCVs consistently killed with storm drops is 2 in this series?
I didn't notice that, actually. First couple storm drops are all right.
Yeah.
But, I guess since then they haven't been quite as nice.
So if he's not ready for the Tempest, this is going to be a big surprise.
Oh, he's getting ready. Oh, my God.
All right, so this is the death ball now coming out here.
Yeah.
These are our spore crawlers over here on Creep.
Now, he's making Vikings and he's making Thors to counteract this. Let's see if this works out, man. If Maru holds on and wins this game, I mean, he's already my hero, but it'll be even more so.
Yeah, we thought herO might be our hero, but it'll actually be Maru here.
That is so many Tempests. This is so crazy.
And this is a more efficient way to fight than having the Zealots because you're not even losing money. He's just shelling this from a distance, and you can see. Look, he's actually that's on purpose. He's getting rid of these probes because he wants bigger supply to make a bigger army.
Now, hold on. The Thor is coming out. Going to deal some extra damage here as well. But those shield batteries, that's what they're there for.
Yeah. And look, he can just snipe the tanks.
Hey, the Thor putting on some real damage.
Yeah.
More Tempests coming out right now. I can't believe how many Tempests he's making. All right, a little Zealot counterattack here. The siege tanks start to fend it well, but when it's only siege tanks, the Zealots, of course, can get on top of them, cause some serious problems. Maru trying to fend that off. He's going to have to back up with these tanks a little bit. The Tempest just gaining value over and over.
Look at the money at the bottom of the screen here. Maru is spending like every second he's going back down to 0, whereas herO has so much.
Yeah.
Right now he's not even making anything. He's just microing. He's throwing more probes in here, by the way. It's 49 workers, and again, he's just getting rid of them.
But look, one thing I got to say, Maru's army is actually a little bit stronger right now, I think. But can he actually attack into this? There's so many disruptors. All right, see, he picks off the disruptor there. The disruptors, I think, are what are causing more problem than anything else.
I think the problem is that Maru's not going to have enough money in a little bit here.
Yeah.
He can't mine from the bottom. All of Maru's army is here trying to defend. He's trying to push up into kind of a position that, I mean, maybe he's going to get it, but at the cost of 6 o'clock.
Yeah. And that means that he is basically not mining at this point. Like, he just has to take more command centers immediately.
I think 3 o'clock is almost pretty much mined out.
Yeah, it is.
I think we are in the twilight of this game. It's over, GG. herO takes it, and he is your GSL CODES champion. It has been 5 years since a Protoss has won GSL, and herO is our champion today. Unbelievable.
Time for him to smash that hot 6. Just like he smashed Maru. Some fantastic play. A 4-1 victory over the best Terran in the world. Congratulations to herO for his first CODES win.
Unbelievable. He finished his military service. He came back. He's reinvented the race. He's reinvented his play. And he has now done it 5 years. Unbelievable.
And there he is with his trophy. Finally, a huge weight off the Protoss backs to get another CODES champion. It's a wonderful thing to see.
It's just so crazy what he's done here. Taking out Zergs, the very best along the way. Defeating, of all people, Maru. Stopping Maru from getting that G5L win. Let's go to that interview. Andy, go ahead.
Wow, it's a bleak time for Protoss. Finally, we have a Protoss champion in our hands. It took him 9 years after 9 years of career. herO finally claimed the GSL title. herO, you faced so many adversities. You gave us inspiration tonight. And you were also married recently, and you were discharged from the military service. But however, you lift up the trophy. What an immaculate performance today, herO. We're all getting emotional here because of your win today. And there are so many fans out here supporting you, rooting for you. And you just give us so much inspiration, herO. Wow, herO. This is such a staggering achievement. How do you feel today?
방금 박상현 캐스터님이 놀라실 정도로 저도
Well, just like you were surprised, guest apart,
제 자신한테도 놓고 살았던 것 같아요.
I am very surprised myself.
떨어지는 게 당연한
I never dreamed of making it to the GSL finals. I always thought it was natural for me to get eliminated. So, you know, this, everything just feels surreal.
오랜 기간 못 올라갔던 걸 이렇게 깰 수
And, you know, I've not been able to do much in GSL so far. And now that I've been able to overcome myself and make it to the GSL finals, I'm so happy. I'm on cloud 9. So I mentioned before, herO, since 2017, you're always defeated by Maru. But today, overcoming all the pressure against you, you're able to defeat Maru 4-1 and become the GSL champion. And here we have a lot of fans shedding tears, crying, because they're so happy for your win. So herO, responsibility as the head of the family. We knew that you had a different mindset coming to the series. And in times of difficulty, I'm sure your beloved ones supported you. So anything you want to say to them? Well, first of all, I think my wife was crying here. You know, it's been such a long time since I last won a title, so I think that's why she was crying. From now on, I'm going to try to win more frequently and try to make her feel quite nonchalant after me winning. And all the family, my wife's family is here as well. So they came here for the first time. I'm really happy to have won with their watching me and witnessing this victory. I'm just like, I don't know what to say right now. I'm lost for words. So I want to thank my sister, my dad, who are all here tonight. And also want to thank my brothers and sisters who are not here with us today. They root for me so much every day, every time. After getting discharged from the military service, you've had a lot of pressure. And you probably question yourself whether you can achieve the level of standard that you were able to do before after the military service. And I'm sure you had a hard time. But I learned one thing today. The love, the strength of love is amazing. So So, any message for your beloved wife?
아까 말했듯이
Like I said before,
우승에 무덤덤해질 정도로 앞으로 더 잘할 거고.
I'm going to make her feel
이번에 GSL
more nonchalant about my victory.
대회 준비할 때마다 항상 지극정성으로 케어해 주고.
And every time I prepare for a tournament, she always supports me so much from behind. And from now on, I'll try to make her happy, and I'll try to be a better husband. I love you.
다시 한번
Once again, herO, sincere congratulations to your GSL title today. Over the course of 10 years, so many fans have been able to support you. And you had one, you were gulping down the hot 6 can. So what went through your mind back then after the victory? You know, everything was just so surreal.
너무 기쁜 마음이 컸던 것 같아요.
And I was just so happy. I was on cloud 9. So any last message to the fans who are here at the venue today?
날도 너무 덥고.
Well, today it's been really hot. It's been blistering hot.
소식을 들었는데 뭐 매진이 엄청.
You know, I heard about GSL tickets going out of sale really fast, and there were the venue is filled with people today. And from now on, henceforth, I want to remain as a good player. I hope you guys keep cheering for me. Thank you. Once again, congratulations, herO. All right, please now get ready for the award ceremony.
All right, are you ready? Dude, I got to tell you, like, this was a fantastic finals. It was a 4-1. It was the best 4-1 we've ever had.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It didn't feel like a 4-1, I'll say that much. It was a... every game was super close, really interesting ideas at play. I especially liked game 1, of course. But, you know, man, what a story. And right now, Maru...
the true hero of Terran.
He's going to have to wait another GSL if he's going to get that G5L. So we've got that to look forward to as well. I think we will eventually get there, just knowing how consistent Maru's been. We're going to bring out our Africa TV CEO now. And we're going to go to the award ceremony, herTosis. It would not be an esports event without the oh-so-important award ceremony.
Indeed. Well, someone has to win and someone has to get second place, and we need to now sort that.
That's right. Are we sure
saw it, but do you actually remember?
I'm not sure. I have no idea. All I saw was aliens and humans fighting.
So, Joko, anything you want to say today after watching that series? Well, first of all, I want to thank all the fans for coming here to the venue tonight. And every time I come to the GSL finals, I'm just so astounded by the passion of the fans here. And it's just so inspirational for us all. And today's series, you know, whoever wins, it is going to be recorded in history. So hopefully for Maru, he can achieve the G5L next season. And for herO, I want to congratulate him for his first GSL victory. And last of all, I want to thank Hot 6 for supporting us and sponsoring us. Thank you all.
Thank you, Andy. All right, now my big question is there going to be flowers in this award ceremony? We usually have them, but sometimes we don't. We're going to bring the runner-up first. Now, if he gets flowers, I'd be surprised. Usually first place gets the flowers. Oh, flowers, dude.
Baseless, you got to give him. It's Maru. I mean, he's meant for it.
He loves plants.
All right, so here is his big check, $12,000. Huge amount of prize money to add to his ever-growing stacks.
That's right. That will go in his house of potted plants, those flowers, and the giant check above his fireplace.
Well, he has so many giant checks, maybe that one goes into his fireplace.
Yeah, good point, actually. He, at this point in time, could basically build a small cabin out of giant checks.
But if the wolf came a huffing and puffing tastes, he would blow that down.
Yes. Until we get checks made out of bricks. All right, now we're going to start the first place award ceremony. And does he get more flowers or less? Check probably the same size.
He's got a trophy as well, don't forget.
Of course.
His first.
Isn't this crazy?
It's amazing.
We needed this. We all needed this.
We all needed this.
Yeah.
This was a refreshing moment.
GSL
for
needed this.
StarCraft
StarCraft 2 needed this. Protoss needed this. Zerg,
Protoss
you
really
actually
needed
needed this. You think you didn't need this?
Oh, they actually knew they needed
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
They
were like,
actually were
we don't
rooting.
know why we're winning everything. It's crazy.
Oh, we just have the best players.
Yeah.
All right, this is. I guess this is probably someone from Hot 6. But
It must be.
Yep.
You're good, Artosis. So thank you again to our sponsors.
하6 GSL 코드 시즌 2.
Hey, they see us looking at monitors.
I just learned the casters don't watch the game from the stage. All right, let's bring herO out here. Let's get the confetti ready. Hey.
And
$30
herO,
grand.
$30,000. Oh, he gets his first pin as well.
Oh, that's right.
You know, it's too bad we don't
Now
get to see Maru get his 5th pin. I'm pretty sure what happened. It's like Monopoly, like you trade the 5 pins in for a hotel.
Yeah, he's going to get one of those red hotels on there.
Yeah.
And eventually ruin the game. That's when he's got red hotels on Boardwalk and Park Place.
Oh, man, the
It's
amount
too
of rent Maru's charging if you land on his squares.
Yeah, he knows all the railroads, too. This game is ridiculous. Blizzard!
So here is herO winning 30K. I mean, obviously you saw his wife getting teary-eyed in the audience. Bring home that big paycheck, showing that this is a legitimate profession, StarCraft 2 pro gamer.
Hell yeah, man. And also, it's good to see that Protoss does have solutions. We just got to wait for somebody to find them, you know?
Yeah. Well, it shows just how deep the game is.
Yeah.
I mean, barely any patches, barely any new maps. But you know what? New ideas still.
Yes. And again, you know, not having a Zerg in the finals, that's kind of novel.
Yeah.
Are we doing an interview here? Andy, are you doing this one? I don't think so. All right, well, guys, this was fun. Look at that. They got a little plug marks at the bottom of the trophy. You can
Yeah, I
plug
wonder
that
what
right
those
into
are.
Any,
You know
that
what
works in any...
I think that those are
Are we
like
gonna apply it? Yeah.
those are like Lego bricks. So like when you win a lot, like Maru's trying to climb to the top of a building
That's
with
right,
his right
yeah.
now.
Eventually, you can make like a little fireman pole that you use to come down from your PC room into your living room. You can just ride that down.
Yeah. You're gonna have to buy the apartment
Yeah.
up top.
The problem is you need 6 GSL wins to actually have anything you can ride down, and we're not there yet.
True.
So Season 3 starts down here at the bottom of our screen.
Yeah, guys, and so that's going to be in August. Just to be really clear about this, I'm going to miss the round of 20, but I'll be back for round of 10 right through the end of the finals.
Right.
So Tasta's going to solo cast the round of 20.
I'll be here with a little Artosis doll that I'll be having cast with me. Guys, we love you. Thank you for joining us. This has been the Season 2 finals. We will see you for Season 3. Bye-bye.
2022 GSL Season 2